T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Good.
You ready for do more in the future? Trap Talk podcasts?
Yes.
Man.
Only Trap Talk. Exclusive.
Yes,
Exclusive. Oh.
So stop calling us.
Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the crop, gotta love it or not. I'm hot from the hop to the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with everybody, we do it. Everybody, we do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up
You are now tapped into the coolest reptile podcast in the world. I'm your boy MJ, live and direct. We have my boy with me, Andrew Lyons of Redwood Reptiles. Are you? Come on, get closer. You're good. You're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right.
So make
Hold
sure.
on. Actually, this is a little off. There we go. What is good?
What's up, man?
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You're not too far from me. You're how far was the drive?
It was about an hour. I'm in Temecula, so I'm like 50 miles away.
Temecula, but you recently moved.
I did. I was in LA born and raised in LA. Just moved out to Temecula at the beginning of the month, so New Year's.
To live and die in LA is the same thing. Dude, LA is a fucking gnarly place to live, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm very proud and like, I'm from San Diego, like fucking home of the fucking, Tijuana cartel and shit like that. But LA, bro, like that whole place is fucking sketch. Like it just was not an easy place to grow up, especially being a white dude, I'm assuming.
It was very culturally diverse where I grew up. So but it was a good thing. You learn a lot about different cultures that I wouldn't have if I grew up in, let's say, I don't know, South Orange County or somewhere like that. But it definitely has its perks, things I like about it, the convenience, the beach isn't too far, but
Right.
for the most part, it's brutal. If you're not strapped, if you're not loaded, like it's going to be hard to find a nice spot to settle down in. And I feel bad for the people that come and visit, that they think they're coming to like where the movies show them. And I'm like, dude, if you don't have somebody escorting you, then you're not going to have a good time.
You're gonna run into some problems at some point.
Yeah.
Because you see a lot of shit go down right there where Hollywood stars at, like where all the, where the Spider-Mans and the Batmans are like
Chinese theater. Yeah.
And you see that they're actually crackheads that are dressed up.
Yeah.
It's like, holy man. But hey, reality hits you hard when you come down to LA. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, certain parts especially, yeah, for sure.
Before we get deeper into the homie Andrew's fucking up and coming in LA's and fucking, all that shit, we got to give it up to the #1 frozen thawed rodent company in the game, coldbloodedcafe.com. Freshest and bestest delivered to your doorstep. I'm talking about day one pinks to mammoth rats, the real deal Holyfield. Shout out to Stephen Kush, shout out to Desiree, and the whole entire Cold Blooded Cafe team. Shout out to John and Alex over at Sim Container. If you got eggs, put them inside of a Sim box. Andrew, be real with me, and it's okay. Where do you put your eggs inside of right now? Because it determines if you leave with the Sim box or not.
I put them in a Sterilite 6-quart. I don't know if that was the right answer or not.
Did I fucking tell you before? I'm just kidding. Actually, I'm glad you said that because you know why? I am looking for a homie to actually hand over a sim container. So basically, you've never had an opportunity to use one, is what you're saying.
That's correct.
Okay, cool. So it's not like you're against them. You just ain't never used one.
Right.
So how would you like to leave with one today?
I'd love to.
Perfect.
Okay. Parting gift.
And then just do me a favor. If I give you a sim container on, you know, obviously I know you're going to use it, but will you please let the people know how you like the sim container? You have a YouTube, which we'll talk about here in just a second as well, but do your boy a favor and give us a review on the sim container.
Yeah, my word.
All right, there you go.
There you go.
Andrew gave me his word right there. Word is bond. Shout out to Focus Cube Habitats, Flex in Texas all day, every day. Steven and Ashley doing big things. Cannot wait. I was just telling Andrew what I have in store, what I have coming. 12 3x2s. My room's gonna be decked the fuck out. I cannot wait. Do you keep any arboreals or anything like that? Or
I don't.
Okay. Do you maybe someday?
Maybe someday.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, if you do, put them inside of a focus cube and you can thank me later. That's just the shit, isn't it? Shout out to Jesse, the entire Freedom Breeder fucking crew. Damn, man, I'm finally getting some stainless steel racks. I cannot believe it. Broke as shit, but guess what? They're coming. Dude, you cannot beat anybody. And when it comes to stainless steel racks, nothing's beating Freedom Breeder in my opinion. And a lot of OGs will back me up on this. And I can tell you right now, if you've got a Freedom Breeder rack, you invested in something heavy as fuck. I mean, kind of literally because the Freedom Breeder racks are kind of heavy to move. But I'm just saying they don't lose their value. And man, they're the best. I'm talking about anywhere from breeding reptiles to keeping reptiles or breeding rodents. Shout out to Freedom Breeder and Jesse and the entire Freedom Breeder crew. What about this guy? Always evolving pythons. Dude, here's the thing, Andrew. I don't want to say I was friends with you before Miguel was friends with you, but I do recall me meeting you and then you being on his stories. So why don't we kind of clear the air? Who are you friends with first? And I'm cool. Like, just be honest. I mean, I'm just want to know the truth. Who are you friends with first?
I'm gonna have to go with you.
Really?
It's 100%. I did buy a snake in the beginning when I was buying snakes from Miguel.
Oh my God! Are you throwing him under the bus? Okay,
no,
so you bought, okay, so you bought. Okay, I'm listening. I'm gonna pour some of this cake bread real quick.
And we were able to meet in person until Arlington, and you know, just hit it off.
So you actually got to meet him in Arlington.
I did,
dude. I can tell you right now. If you want to meet Miguel in his zone, if you want to meet Miguel Garcia in his fucking AEP fucking zone, the funnest guy ever, it's gonna be at an Arlington show because he fucking loves Texas. So many Texans love him, and he's just having the time of his life. So what Arlington was this? Was this like
this is, last year back in it was April? Is that what it was?
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And so what you got to hang out with him a little bit? What'd you guys do?
Just I first I don't know, we just drank. We fucking no, I didn't. Okay. I almost did.
Okay.
So but no, I just hung out, went and had some drinks, some good food. I'll leave it at that.
Damn. Okay. That's what I like to hear, man. Well, listen, guys, please go give my boy Miguel Garcia, Always Evolving Pythons, a follow on Instagram. Go check out his morph market. I mean, if you're in the ball python game and you're not following Miguel Garcia, there's definitely like
that's weird.
A little Bob Smithy.
That's
feel like
weird.
A little bit. I mean, because true or false? I mean, his projects inspire you, right? I mean,
100%. I wish I had a more cool answer, but he's the one that really inspires me the most going forward.
That's pretty awesome. Miguel, keep killing it. Thank you for inspiring both of us and so many others in this damn industry. Tina, you're a real one. The whole AEP team, Jesse, I love you guys, man. Thank you for the support. And then, dude, what do you know about basins, bro? I mean, I know we talked about arboreals, and you're like, oh, maybe someday, but do you know anything about basins?
Nope.
Dude,
teach me.
These things right here, man. Well, listen, everybody loves snakes, as far as when they get into the hobby. When you buy a snake, you're immediately looking into other snakes for the most part. It's just kind of a drug. Like, it's a gateway. No matter what you get into, you want to get into other things. Well, guess what? If you ever are lucky enough to are able to consider having a basin in your collection, this is like having a Ferrari. I'm not fucking kidding. This is like the cream of the crop. It does not get much better than owning a basin when it comes to owning an arboreal. Okay. And I'm just going to leave it at that. No, actually, no, I'm not, because hold on. Follow my boy Alan at Amazing Basins, because this guy right here breeds these fucking things. This guy is a shoo-in. I'm telling you right now, less than 5 people in the United States are doing this at a level that he's at. And as far as being respectable and fucking OGs, dude, he's on his way. Alan, you're killing it. Thank you for your support. He's also into some sick. Okay, you want to know something sick about Alan? he was into ball pythons. Damn, maybe I'm saying too much, but oh well, I'm already fucking filling the cake bread. But dude, he got into ball pythons at a time where I'm not going to say the gene, but he invested in a gene that turned out not to be a good gene. And basically he said, fuck it. And went and dipped out of the ball python project. But now, you know, obviously imagine being that guy where you were in a era where, you know, okay, I'll say it, the desert gene. Terrible.
I knew it was, yeah.
Shut up. I made it pretty noticeable. Anyways, so the desert gene, right? Obviously didn't work out for him. So he said, fuck it. But he kept in the, you know, he always kept eyes and kept his head inside the ball python market. So to speed up 2022, he's now has some pairings going on. I ain't going to say what just go give him a follow and you guys can kind of see what he has in store for his ball python. So not only is his basin game on the next level, but his ball pythons, guys, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be somebody to want to follow, plain and simple. I mean,
and if you can come back from a desert catastrophe like somebody else we know, that shows
Antoine.
Yeah, that shows resilience. So I respect that.
Antoine better fucking be here, dude. Okay, wait, no, that's the general. All right, well, I'll look at the comments in a bit. Okay, listen, are we almost done with the shout outs or the sponsors? No, we're not. Hold on. Okay. Shout out to Rami, the Reptile Super Show. If you guys went to the Pomona Reptile Super Show, hell of a time. My boy Andrew went to the Reptile Super Show. What do you think of the show, bro?
It was first time there. It was huge, looked like a missile silo. But
you went to Anaheim though too.
I went to Anaheim as well.
What's bigger, Anaheim or Pomona?
Pomona.
Really?
Well, it just seemed bigger. Maybe it wasn't square footage, but
like bigger vibe, bigger flex.
It was way more crowded at Anaheim, but it was a smaller.
It was cracking.
Smaller facility, but yeah, it was cool. I didn't get to see a whole lot because you spent a lot of time chit chatting and whatnot, but it's a cool show.
Thoughts on the US Arc auction?
Amazing as always.
Fun time, right? I mean,
really
I'm not just
fun.
hyping it up. Like, wouldn't you recommend anyone going to a US Arc auction?
Absolutely, definitely.
Cool.
Shows the enthusiasm for the hobby and for the trade, and a lot of cool people there too.
Sick. And you know, we were just talking about Andrew fucking tapping in at Arlington, meeting Miguel. So guess what's happening in less than 2 weeks? No, well, it's been 2 weeks actually. About so NARBC Arlington. Shout out to Bob Ashley. Shout out to Brian Potter. NARBC, man. Want to talk about a show? That's the show to go to as well. You're gonna see some really heavy OGs that are still thick in this game to this day. But I mean, what are some of the NARBC shows you've gone to? Have you only gone to in Arlington?
Just Arlington. I went to Del Mar last year, Pomona, Anaheim. Nothing touches Arlington. Just the vibe there.
It's different.
It's just different. Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I've had people like Will Morrows and I think someone else have had. I think I've gone to an Arlington where they were calling that like the new Tinley. But I don't know, man. I just went to Tinley, and I can tell you right now, if you can make it to a fucking Tinley, you better go to a Tinley.
That was good.
It is fucking gnarly. But shout out to Bob Ashley, shout out to Brian Potter, man. You know, shout out to Rami. I mean, those are the two shows. Nothing is on top of on these guys when it comes to throwing shows. Nothing, no disrespect to the other shows. There are some amazing other shows out there, but I mean, fucking dude, if you're not first, you're last. You feel me? They're just in first. US Arc, man. All day, every day. Let's go ahead and help US Arc continue the fight for our rights to keep these goddamn pets. They're pets. They're our noodles. We love them.
They're therapeutic,
bro. I mean, fucking. I mean, okay. Listen, you keep snakes, right?
Correct.
You keep anything else like insects or anything like that, or just snakes?
Just snakes.
Okay. What about your soon-to-be wife?
She does keep several different types of tortoises. So radiated tortoises, aldabras,
harmless motherfuckers.
Yeah,
they're cute. They're amazing. I already told you what I would like to get into as far as the aldabras. Did I say that? Amazing. But man, imagine somebody taking those away, like, you know, and it's happening in some states. Like, so all I got to say, guys, if you can, please go down to the link, read about US Arc. If you have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, if you do know exactly what I'm talking about, you've been hearing me for like over a year now, guys, dude, just go join, man. Anything, join anything. It doesn't matter, man. Contribute what you can. And if you financially can't contribute, man, life happens, man. If you can't fucking put any money out to US Arc, share it on your stories, you know, fucking shout it out. Like, just start talking about it, man. Where does bond, man?
Yeah, and it's one of those things too. You don't want the government to come knocking when it's too late. Like, you could sit here and say all day, oh, you know, it's not going to happen, or I'm not going to let them take it. But once they implement a certain set of laws, and it kind of fucks off not only the keeping of them, but the trade and the business for a lot of people, it's really going to hit hard. And that's why I think a lot of the legwork needs to be done now. before it comes to our front door, because it's pretty much there, right?
100%.
Yeah.
And US Art, here's the thing. I feel like you're literally taking advantage of somebody who's there for us when we can help them out. Like, what if it gets to the point where fucking USR can't? I mean, God forbid this doesn't happen. What if USR something happens to them?
Mhm.
You know, then what? What the fuck are gonna happen? This isn't funny.
No,
Andrew.
it's not.
I'm
Not
sorry.
funny.
I'm making this. I'm just saying, guys. Seriously, please go down, support, do what you guys got to do. Talk about it, please, because it's shit's happening in people's state as we speak, and it can happen in your state anytime. You never know. Andrew, you know what I work with, right? Like you. Yep. I mean, you know, I breed snakes, right?
I do.
Why is that?
Why do you breed snakes, or why do I know that
why
you
do you
breed
know
snakes?
that? I mean, how
well, I found you on. I mean, first of all, YouTube.
Okay,
right?
Perfect. Check.
Overnight
Before
sensation.
YouTube, where'd you find me?
Instagram.
Instagram, and that's where you motherfuckers can find me at. My Instagram, mjexoticscartal with an A, not an E. That's where I post all my updated projects with what I got going on. Not everything's available to the public, but if it's ball pythons, hella available to the public. I sell all my ball pythons to the public, so you guys are good there. But all my other shit, probably not. You got to be part of the Patreon page. Anyways, hey, shout out to my Twitch viewers. Twitch viewers going up. If you, for some reason, God bless you, man. If you want to support this channel more than a like, subscribe, or notification, do your boy a favor, man. Go ahead and send whatever you'd like to send to Exotics Cartel on PayPal, friends and family, if you don't mind. And I'll go ahead and send that over to US Art, because anything that you are putting into this channel as far as super chats or donations like that, I will send over to US Art. It's been like that since day one, man. And I will say right now, yeah, me and Andrew were homies before the Patreon, but this guy is Patreon family all day, every day. He knows what it's like to be a part of the Trap family. And I want to say right now, I appreciate your Patreonism, you being a fucking real one. I mean, I know we would be boys even if you weren't a part of the Patreon page, but I mean, you know that we are building a strong ass community there. You met up with a lot of us at the Pomona show. What is your like thought about being around, surrounding yourself around good people in this hobby? Like, how important do you feel like that is as far as growth?
Oh, it's everything to me, at least. I couldn't be in an industry where I mean, you're gonna have those cutthroat people, but I couldn't be in an industry where I didn't really just enjoy the group of people I was surrounded with. It also helps, you know, the support, you know, that is priceless. But the people that I've met that I've really bonded with in this community have really been my motivation to keep going in this whole thing, for sure.
Here's the thing that I don't like, and I can see why people have to go through this being in this hobby, is kissing ass, man. There's some people that like to get their fucking reach around to get their attention. If you join the Patreon page, we all get the attention. We all fuck with each other. And I'm not even just saying just my Patreon page. And if you join any Patreon page, it gives you value because it puts you in a position where you're a part of a community of motherfuckers who are on the same mission as you. So all I got to say, if you're out there wanting more, if you want to reach for more, if you want to be a part of something that's evolutionary, growing by the fucking day, I got people like Andrew. I got people like Miguel Garcia, Socrates, Alan, heavy hitters, a part of my Patreon family. Please go down to the link below. Join the Trap Talk Patreon family today. We get together every Sunday after the Holy Monitor sessions, and I tap in. Bro, here's the thing, bro. I fuck with my Patreon members. You know this. Like, I like to see them every week. I like to talk to them face to face. I like to throw barbecues once a year. How's the barbecue? You were at the barbecue.
Good. 2 barbecues.
This guy was so lit off his ass, he didn't even make it in this room. Bro, this room, he did not come in this room. He walks in, he's like, oh, this is my first time in this room. What?
It's my 4th time at your house, too.
4th time here? That's true. You came down for fights?
Yeah.
Oh, my. Andrew.
It's a moment.
I feel bad because normally I'm like, hey, yo, you want to go check out the room? But, like, you just didn't speak up. You're not an asshole, I guess.
I'm a good house guest.
I guess you're a good house guest. Man,
Try to be.
I feel bad now. But anyways, I'm glad you're in this room. And I'm glad that you got to join, hang out at the barbecue because, man, if you think about it, man, we have Antoine, we have Jacob. There's just so many of us that live close enough to, like, you know, we have a sick bond thing going on. Like, we're all out for each other, bro. And you know, I got.
And it's not phony. That's my big thing.
It's not fucking phony.
Yeah.
I never sticker swapped with any of you guys.
No.
I mean, I'm sure. Like, here's a sticker. I'll get you one. But I've never swapped in my. We never came to each other like that.
But so that's what's so rare about it too, is getting so many people that vibe, that bond naturally without having to, like you said, kiss each other's ass.
Join the Trap Talk Patreon family today. You're home. I love you, bro. Let's
too.
see. All right. So listen, guys. And then all right. What's up with the early birds, guys? Early birds in the building. I want to. This is my favorite part because you have people who are here so damn early, ready to rock and roll. Trap Talk Patreon family member all day, every day. Cornet Constrictors. He's definitely a day one homie. You follow my man Cornette?
I do.
He's
Met him
from
in
Texas.
Arlington.
He's actually
Yeah.
black and blue as well, bro. I mean,
Mhm.
you used to work for law enforcement, right?
Yeah.
Now you're on the private side.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, shout out to my boy Cornet Constrictors. Thanks for being a part of the Trap Talk Patreon family. I appreciate you, big dog. Dennis Serpent Smith, my shooting coach right here. You fuck with Dennis?
Oh, sick. Yeah, I follow him.
Dennis, we missed him at Pomona, but we're gonna catch Dennis. I'm gonna make sure Dennis is somebody who everyone needs to meet. Dennis, this motherfucker is sick as fuck.
It's gun guy.
Gun guy,
Ooh,
you know,
I didn't know
that. Been teaching martial arts for like over 20 years. Has like a really popular studio. Has multiple studios. Killing it. It's my boy Dennis Smith. Give him a follow. Serpent Smith's in the building. You got Pacific Northwest hitter. You got Pacific Northwest hitters in the building. Like my girl right here, Pacific Rim Serpents. What is good? Thanks for tapping in. Scale, fins, and feathers. Hey, man. I appreciate you. Okay, this guy, he conned me. I'm not going to lie. Listen, I appreciate you so much. I'm glad you were inside the Trap Family Patreon picture, but you were not a part of the Patreon page. I had to go do an inventory. I'm like, why? I was, because, you know, listen, God bless him. As I was handing out shirts, you know, like, I think him and his wife approached the table. She had her camera out and she's like, "Hi, MJ." And they're like, "Can we get shirts?" And I'm like, "Are you Patreon family?" They're like, "Yeah, we're Patreon." I'm like, you know, and I know there's 80 of them. There's a lot of people to remember, but I have a really good memory of stuff like that. But anyways, I didn't have your size, and I think this trap guys aligned with me because, bro, you're not a part of the Patreon, bro. So
maybe we'll be now.
maybe you will be now. Maybe I will send you a large or extra large, whatever shirt you needed. But motherfucker,
Your voluntary charity should have motivated him to sign up, right?
Exactly.
Your trust.
Exactly. Anyways, I appreciate your comments. Thanks for tapping in all day, every day. Scale, fins, and feathers. Calvin Garcia, little freeholders. This guy has a big heart and big head. This guy's a big motherfucker. Have you met Calvin,
Tall.
right?
Yeah, he's like 6'6".
Dude, he's a fucking
huge.
monster. But his heart is like, he's a big heart.
Yeah, he's a good kid. Like he's got that kid personality, but he's pretty mature for his age. Was he like 18?
Baby Huey ass motherfucker. I feel like.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. No, dude, he's actually he's gonna be going 19 now. I feel like Calvin. Calvin, how old are you now? I don't know, but I can tell you right now, for whatever his age is, which is very young, like on a Kush level, if younger than Kush, obviously, but dude, he has some heat. Calvin has, and you want to know why I know? Because I've sold him some heat, and I'm not just saying ball pythons. This motherfucker's on another level. That's all I gotta say. Calvin Garcia, he's on Instagram. I don't know when he's gonna come out with the name, but I'm sure this is all being premeditated. Calvin's going to come out, and when he comes out of that closet, when he comes out of you know, him becoming a brand, he's going to be somebody you're going to want to follow. I'm telling you right now, Calvin Garcia, thanks for tapping in. My homie Matt, Evolution Exotics, Trap Talk Patreon family member. He just picked up some crazy trap heat as well. Go give my boy a follow. Matt Summers. What do you know about Matt Summers?
What about a snake from me?
What a guy.
He's an awesome dude.
I love Matt Summers.
Yeah. What do you say? He's just a nice guy. He's super easy to get along with. Super cool.
I'm laughing so hard because, like, I think he had his first Bob Smith moment, I think, a couple weeks ago, and they've been coming. Like, you know, listen, when you start putting shit out on YouTube consistently, you start getting Bob Smiths in the comments. You got people hating and shit. He's been getting them, and you love it, don't you, Matt? He's doing good with it. Because, you know, I'll tell you what, Matt is a nice guy. Matt is I don't know, kind of, he can be a little too nice sometimes. I mean, he'll definitely step up and say shit, but I'm the one that's like, will speak up before anything. But right now he's getting this good experience with Bob Smith, plowing through him, because if you ain't got a hater, then that means you ain't doing anything right. So Matt Summers, go give him a follow on Instagram. Go hit him up on YouTube because he's putting shit out consistently. He just put out a Garrett Hartle Reach Out Reptiles facility tour video out on YouTube. Hope you didn't fucking copy me, motherfucker. No, I'm just kidding. I just saw it. It was actually done really well. Good job, Matt. Go give him a follow on YouTube and subscribe to his shit, please. That's my boy, Travel Manager, all day, every day. Keeps me out of trouble. Mike, 1776 Exotics, Trap Talk Patreon member, all day, every day. Happy birthday, Aurora. Dude, this girl is such a sweetheart. This is Aurora Exotics. You know Aurora? She's from Montana.
I don't know her, but I know of her.
Montana, right? Aurora,
yeah.
Did I say that right? But she's from up north. She keeps boas. I'm pretty sure you have ball pythons. Is that right? Anyways, either way, she is really dedicated with her boa projects and is on another level. And it's her birthday. So cheers to you, Aurora. Thanks for tapping in. We'll go ahead and what the fuck, Andrew?
Yeah, I'm a good house guest.
Hold on. I'm a good. Is that all you say every time you fuck up? I'm a good house guest.
Players fuck up too.
Village, Jesus.
I don't know about that aspirator you got there though.
I don't. This
sketch.
dude, my wife got this, and she says it airs it out.
Or aerator, that's what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but listen, cheers.
Cheers. Happy
Hold up.
birthday.
Happy birthday, girl. 21. Do it up. All right, we got highest balls in the building. What is good, player? Let's see. We got Martin, the general, in the building. What is good? Thanks for tapping in. You got the homie Jacob. By the way, all Trap Talk Patreon member, family members, all day, every day. I love you guys so much. Deviant Glass. This fool actually, a couple of those pieces right there. He blew this fool. This guy blew right there. Grab that Sherlock right there. Yeah. This shit right here. I'm sorry how dirty it is, but bro, this shit, he blew this right here. The homie Deviant Glass blew this right here. Look how sick this is.
Pretty sick.
And it rips. This shit rips really hard, man. Go give my man a follow on Instagram. Shout out to the homie. Thanks for tapping in. Eric's More Factory. Thanks for tapping in. Luke, what is good? Luke Fredol, I think. Fentanyl. Shit.
Okay.
Got any? I'm just kidding. I don't want either. What's up, Big D? Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. Got Wise Guys. What is good? Bods Exotics, what is good, player? HB Reptile, Trap Talk family member all day, every day. Jason, got Barbara J. Have you met Barbara J yet?
No.
This was from Indy.
Oh, wait, no, I met him at Del Mar.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Quiet motherfucker, huh?
Very quiet.
Yeah. But once you start kicking it with them, Jay speaks. Okay, here's the thing with Jay. Once Jay's comfortable with you, he starts talking just out of nowhere. And he'll just keep talking. And that I do know. So if you ever do have a smoke session with the homie Jay, I'll tell you right now, it just keeps going and going. But what's up, Jay? Thanks for tapping in. And we're going to end it right here with the homie Elite Exotics Ball Pythons. Thanks for tapping in. Dude, early birds. How do you like the early birds are cracking right now?
People are showing
out.
out.
The rest of the people. Look at all these people I'm about to sleep on. I'm sorry, guys. We got to get moving on this show. But Andrew, Trap Talk Podcast, you're here. How do you feel? What is good? What has been going on so far in this ball python breeder journey of yours?
Well, this is kind of surreal because I just got into like just under 2 years ago, and
It moves quick, huh?
Moves super quick. And you buy these babies thinking, oh, I got to wait 2 years to grow them up, and now they're breeding. So that shit flies. But like I said, it's kind of surreal because when I got into this, I just got into it to try and make something out of it. I like the animals, but the entertainment came from your videos, Miguel's, Chris Eaton's. So these are things that I enjoyed. They were entertaining to me that I listened to a lot of. So being here is kind of cool, to say the least.
Kind of?
Say the least.
Well, because you've been here 8 times now?
No. It's
This is the first time in this room. And you're
I know.
kind of cool.
I don't want a fangirl right now. I'm just trying to.
Dude, if anything, where you need to reach around me
Okay.
right now. Like, you're close as fuck. Like, nobody's going to see what's happening. I'm just no, it means a lot. Continue, please.
No, yeah. So this is awesome. And yeah, like you said, it flies, man. Like I don't even know what to say. Like, it's a very open question.
Do you know what to do with your hands right now?
Not really. That's what they're doing.
I know exactly what you mean because when I came into this hobby, bro, I was searching for so many goddamn like hands for help of just get me into something new, like whatever was going on in my life, which was selling a lot of drugs, doing a lot of drugs. Music was good, but the drugs was just ruining everything. And all I ever did was drugs. Like, as far as like the people I hung out with and shit that I was going, like, all my money came from drugs, and I was fucking sick of it. But it's all I ever knew, and it's all I ever liked for like over 10 years. And when I came across this fucking hobby, man, I saw Barcheck, the Barcheck videos really sparked something in me made me realize that there's a whole nother world out there, and I don't even know what the hell it is yet. And I was like, it's like being born again, man. And I don't want to get all like Christian and shit again.
No, but same with me. I didn't
it's
even
like
know
being
this.
born again. You're like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is this shit? God damn. But anyways, it's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, oh my God, look at this. Dude, they're going
Chad, they're gonna try and bomb on me. That's all right.
Yeah, you're good. But anyways,
I know.
It's like, dude, it's so refreshing, and it's crazy. And at that time, people like there was like the whole like hate against Barcheck was at its fucking peak and then it's like start. And I'm just falling in love with this guy when all this shit's happening. So you can understand, like, I didn't give a fuck what people were saying. I knew what was driving me at that moment. So before I even dabbled into like Facebook groups and saw how fucking piece of shit people can be, I was like a fucking diehard Barcheck fan. And same with Miguel, because after Barcheck came Miguel. And Miguel, I I thought I would never be in contact with Barczyk. Like I looked at Barczyk like a fucking ultimate warrior. Like I was like, I'll never have a conversation with this guy. Like, or he's like a fucking Steve Irwin. Like I really looked at Barczyk like a Steve Irwin, and God bless Steve Irwin, but rest in peace. But I just didn't think I would ever have a chance to be in contact with him because how much I put animals on a pedestal in my vision. Like I feel like if you're working with animals like that, you're a god to me. Like it's a dream of mine to ever be around shit like that. So right off the bat, Andrew, I looked at fucking Brian Barczyk as somebody motivating me, like as somebody would when you were a kid. Like you got your idols and shit, right? Ken Griffey's and whatever it is that you're into, fucking Larry Holmes or Lex Luthor, the porn star, whatever. I don't know, whatever, dude, whatever you're into. No, but what I'm trying to say is like that was Brian Barczyk, that was Miguel, and what's funny is like we were talking about community, right? And being like be a part of people that you're like, who are on the same level as you as far as like vibe and like personalities and like if they laugh at your jokes, that type of thing, that you don't have to be somebody you're not. Miguel made me feel so comfortable, and he introduced me to so many people that made me feel comfortable that I didn't give a fuck about making friends. Like and listen, that was to my advantage because guess what? I weeded out so much fake bullshit. Like listen, I understand that people sticker swap because it does get your name out there, but you're getting fake love at the end of the day because you're doing a favor for somebody, and it's cool, but it helps you to a certain extent. But if that's all you have going for you,
it runs its course.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is I felt like, bro, I don't care if I have 300 followers because I know I link up with almost half these people at shows. Like my group, like here's the thing. You guys are gonna laugh at this analogy. I've seen people with like 60, 70,000, 100,000 followers on Instagram go to shows and they feel so out of place. They're so like not in tune, and they're just like fucking weird. And not that I'm be nice, not that they're weirdos, but I'm just saying they're not fucking in tune. I'd rather be in tune with the motherfuckers at the shows. I'd rather be going to dinners, hanging out with people who are literally gonna set me up for success. I don't give a fuck about the clout. That clout, you build your own clout into this, and Miguel taught me that shit. Miguel really, really taught me that shit. So that's why I'm always just, my Patreon page, I'm just saying, you are good. You join that, the group in there, because Miguel is in there, but that group right there, you're fucking good for life. As long as you're part of that. Once you're part of that, I unfollow you. I'm just kidding.
You're dead to me?
You're dead. I'm just kidding. No, but community is everything. Build your own community too, bro, because you don't need to do what everyone else is doing. Like you start your, if someone has a meetup spot to do something else, well, fucking find your own homies, do your own meetup spot. You know what I mean? Like it's whatever you want to do with it. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So yeah, definitely the YouTube videos is what really inspired me to put on, like to make me want to actually do this other than what I was doing on in my life. But let me ask you this, Andrew, what was happening for you during the time of you picking up your first set of ball pythons? Or like, did it just start with one snake with you? And, let's kind of start let's start from day one with these ball pythons.
Yeah, it's just a very common story. When I was 10, I got my first ball python, and I had one off and on as a pet for the next 15 years or so. It was like a 5-year lull. I didn't have anything and decided I wanted another one. So I got just a basic spider male just because I liked the way it looked. And this was like 9 years ago. It was the beginning of 2020. I was sitting on the couch with my daughter watching YouTube. We were watching egg cutting videos. And I started watching more and more of the content, a lot of it being Miguel's and Billy from Mutation Creation. And just kind of, I'd catch numbers here and there. And I was like, man, and I'd look at the equipment they have, the animals they have. I was looking around on Morph Market, seeing what these things actually cost, and I'm thinking, holy shit, these are fucking.
Your heart's racing. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, this is like a whole new world, like you said. I didn't even know it existed, and so that's when I just kind of got hooked, and I started just soaking up as much information as I could, and meeting a lot of these people has really helped me determine who I want to continue to spend my energy and focus and time on, and who I don't. But
and at the end of the day, I feel like you spend a lot of energy and time on who you want to spend your money with too. Like 100%. I feel like that's important too.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people are so quick to give support to somebody who they don't really know who they're supporting. And what I mean by that is like, yeah, I understand if you need one snake, but I always look at somebody who I could do multiple transactions with, man. Like, because I want to build, like, for instance, like Miguel gave me some of the snakes that made me want to invest my hypo game with his shit. And like, you know, because his line of hypo was like, you know, he works with True Ghost and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And that's what I want to work with, you know, and I feel like a lot of people quickly go to Morph Market and find that snake they're looking for. But man, like I don't know. And which is fine too. But I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like there's.
It's funny you say that though, because I was just thinking about that the other day. I was looking at some of these snakes, and I'm thinking, man, I don't even talk to this person. And I go to look at their page, and they don't really have anything. And yeah, it was the one-off purchase, and you know, I'm not to say don't buy that, but to your point, it's nice to develop some sort of, you know, not only professional but personal friendship bond with these people, and especially somebody that's going to be consistent and putting out stuff that you're interested in. You know, like Jake Milbrandt from Milbrandt and Caponetto. He's one of the dudes that
Who's that? See, I don't even know who the hell that is.
Oh, he's he works with a lot of like OD hypo. Does you know, I'm selling him short right now, but he's got really nice stuff, really good quality, and that's where I got my puzzle female or the het puzzle female that gave me my first puzzle clutch. So
What's his Instagram name?
Milbrandt, MILB. There it is, top
right.
one. Caponetto pythons.
Is he Italian? Forget about it.
Yeah, so his buddy does Caponetto. I think it's Anthony, or I might mix the name up, but he does like boas, I think.
All right.
And Jake does the ball python stuff. But
And how'd you get tapped in with these guys?
I just found a couple of the snakes and I liked them, and he was super easy to work with. I could tell, you know, based off his history, it wasn't his first time selling snakes. He's been doing it for a minute, and just real friendly. You know, he worked with me on the price a little bit on some stuff, and I think I bought like 5 or 6 snakes from him since I started. So I met him in Arlington, and just a nice guy, and produces quality stuff.
So as of right now, you are 2 years deep into the game.
That's
right?
correct.
Going on your 3rd year, I'm assuming.
I'm just under 2 years.
So basically just 2 years on your belt right now.
Correct.
Okay. How's it been as far as, you know, other than picking up from customers and whatnot, just like, you know, figuring out the project side of things? Like, do you feel like, are you still trying to grow and build your roads with what you have, or do you feel like pretty content and are you pretty locked in with what you have currently and you're trying to just wait for your time to shine with that?
Yeah, more so that, you know, there's always stuff that I'm gonna have my eye out for, but I was fortunate enough to have a really good first year, so I produced some decent holdback stuff that I'm gonna be able to work into. Sure.
Have you had this before?
No.
Have you eat like at all recently?
No.
You'll be okay.
Are you good?
We'll figure this out.
So what was I saying?
We were talking about because I need to get water. I forgot.
Yeah. So building my collection. So yeah, I was able to take the screen. I was able to hatch out some decent stuff that I'm going to be using. But the first season, I hatched out enough to where I can start building off of what I produced, which is awesome. And it kind of creeps up on you. Like, you don't realize that you're not looking for snakes because you're just trying to plan with what you've created. And that's a really cool position to be in. And so, yeah, I'm just trying to build off of what I've already produced and use that as like a basis or a base for future projects. And yeah, just, you know, keep my eye out for certain things. I do notice that the strategy does change. It's constantly changing. You start realizing different angles to it, and not just with purchases, but with pairings and all kinds. Yeah, big time.
Right.
So you start finding different paths, which is like the creative freedom that I dig about it.
Right.
So it's going good so far.
So let me ask you this, Andrew. I mean, right now, as far as some of the projects you have, what are some of the genes that you invested in that are kind of your pillars right now that you're pretty confident about?
So Sunset, I'm really passionate about. Mandarin and Puzzle, I wasn't until I started hatching out some babies, and then now I'm obsessed with the gene.
So now you are obsessed with Puzzle?
Yeah, definitely.
Can I kind of be a fucking damper right now?
Sure, go ahead.
I don't think Puzzle smacks on everything.
No, not on everything.
Not in everything. I know you're gonna damn right it smacks, just not in everything.
Yeah, well, so what I've noticed from the limited ones I've hatched, it does enhance the color a little bit, even on the hats. There's a difference, I think. With certain combos, it's and then there's some that I hatched this year that I was just like, holy shit.
So what I'm saying is, like, you might see some puzzles priced at a level where you're like, what the fuck? Like, what's the big deal? But if you need to look deeper into that, because Puzzle is a longevity project. Like whatever you see there, you could like I'm telling you, if you ain't got clown in it yet, if you ain't got DG in it yet, if you don't got all these like different loced out recessives in it yet, shit's gonna smack. I'm telling you right there. I'm a high believer in puzzle. It just better be going the right route.
Well, yeah, and just like with anything, I've seen some sunset stuff that I'm like, yuck. I can tell it's a sunset, but I'm just like, I couldn't.
But it's like, okay, sunset can only be a sunset for so long. Like no matter what you're doing to it, like sunset Enchi, wow,
right,
that's great. Is there a sunset DG yet?
No, not yet.
Oh
I think Miguel's got. I think he's got some in the egg, double heads in the incubator.
Let's see. Sunset. There's art. I mean, what sun? There's sunset clowns, obviously.
So see, and that's another thing. Sunset clowns, I look at it as a base. I don't look at it as like it's tight.
Wow, it's not the wow factor.
No, it's not.
It's whatever. It's like holy shit, you got to that level, but now what's next? Like
yeah,
maybe a Pompeii sunset. Maybe?
So I want to get the Mandarin into sunset.
Ooh,
because I want to brighten it. Like
you gave these people too much too soon. The Mandarin, because guys, one thing that really sparked my hypo project as far as passion wise was the fact that nobody was really invested in Orange Ghost. And I feel like Orange Ghost and hypo are comparable. Like they you put them together, you're gonna get hypo, but they're not the same. I feel like Orange Ghost, if you hatch out a single gene Orange Ghost, a high quality one, and a single gene hypo, they look completely different. But what I'm trying to get at is like I feel like that was something that I truly liked and enjoyed. I only because I saw the quality that it can do. Mandarin is like that times 10. Like it's on another level because it is a codon.
And the super is stupid.
And the super
looks
is
hypo.
Stupid. Here's the thing, like there's OD and then there's high intensity OD. I feel like the Mandarin's more on the high intensity side, or could be, and the super Mandarin, there's nothing like it out there.
No, and one thing with just like the sunset, but really with the Mandarin, capturing the depth. I mean, it sounds real artsy fartsy, but like the depth of the color and the tones, you can't. I mean, I haven't been able to capture it on camera. In person, it's just different. It's deeper and richer. The oranges are way different. Yeah, I can definitely tell the difference.
How many? Okay, so let's kind of talk about how you got, because listen, dude, that's an untapped project, man. Like you got to be in. I mean, you got to be in a good position or a good situation to have Mandarin in your collection. You've had Mandarin in your collection for how long now?
I bought the first one from Brittany in like a year and a half, a year ago. Gobbles.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay, and is that where the Mandarins first came? Like
no, so NR Mandarin is what I got. And NR is the initials of the person, I forget the name, but who discovered the gene.
Newsman Reptiles.
Oh yes, somebody put that.
That's me. No, that's
oh, you knew that?
That's me.
Oh.
You know why? Because I had the homie Newsman.
So
on
you're setting me up on that question.
No,
as a test?
I just like listen. Like my ball python knowledge isn't the strongest, but because I had that motherfucker on my I don't know how come, dude. I feel so. Oh, Will. His name's William Newsman. I had him on the show, bro. Big fucking swole motherfucker. Not swole, but he's tall and his hands are like this big. But I had him on the show, and it's funny that you said that because somebody mentioned that. But yeah, please continue. NR Mandarin, go ahead.
Yeah. So that one I bought from her was a Mandarin ODYB Enchi. I just found out. She just messaged me a year later that the father of that male turned out to be Asphalt, and the mom was a yellow belly. So now I've actually got something in the works with the ivory that I'm going to try and prove them out, see if it's Asphalt or yellow belly. So that's cool. It's exciting. But even without that amazing snake, like I just right away, she actually talked. I wanted to buy the one without the Enchi, and it was significantly cheaper. And then she's like, well, this one's kind of, she sent pictures, and it's just different. Like I'm all about, if I can afford it, go the extra and get the quality, because it's paid out for me big time.
Oh yeah. We'll talk about paying out big time. Shout out to homie Troy Schroeder. This guy has Mandarin stuff. Fuck, bro. You kidding me?
He's got some sick stuff.
He also has a super chat question. $25 going to US Arc. Shout out to Troy. But let's see what this is all about. If a tag team WWF style wrestling match happened and it was me, Antoine, we would be White Chocolate Thunder. Gross. And we wrestled Andrew and MJ, known as Cartel Killers. We're picking the name first off, and it's not Cartel Killers. Terrible. Stick to your fucking dress codes, please. Who would win? Post your answer. Okay, if we're saying, I'm gonna answer this shit, we're gonna win. Okay, because guess what? There's no jiu-jitsu in WWF, so you can't pull none of that horse shit. Okay, Antoine, there's rules. And technically, Vince McMahon will favor the more better looking people and more likely to get fan favorites. So we would win. McMahon would schedule. I'm just coming from a WWF perspective and being a huge fan since I was a kid. We would win.
And what was the best part about WWF? The interviews. And who's the better hype man out of those four?
Us, dude. All right. And I haven't thought of the name yet, but before the end of the episode, I will. And it's not the Cartel Killers. Okay. Nice try. But thank you for the $25, bro. Honestly, I'm taking this guy out to eat after this, and we're going to hella do taco shop. Pretty sure that covers both of us. Thank you so much. Troy Schroeder.
Troy's awesome.
Dude,
Troy's sending me snakes right now, too.
Wow, really? Tell
4
me
of
more.
them.
Oh, wait, 4?
No, yeah, he has. He just shipped them. But I talked to him a lot. That's actually one of my mentors.
What are you getting? Okay, we don't have to tell us everything, but give us a little taste of what you're getting from Troy.
So he's more of a middleman for a collection that was a
fucking middle pusher, motherfucker.
But he did as a favor for a friend, helped the snakes, and dude, it's some clown pied, or it's some pied head clown. It's a KRG, another gene that I'm really interested in, black pastel pied, and then this is a couple other ones. What's this? Banana red stripe yellow belly, banana red stripe spot nose clown, female. They're all females. So, and they're all almost breeding size. So I'm excited about that.
You should be fucking excited
as I stutter through the list.
Yeah, it did take a while, but
stuff.
honestly, that's ball pythons for you. It's not. It's really hard to remember certain fucking wars. But all I gotta say is, again, Troy, thank you. But dude, what you're working with is very exciting, man. Like, I mean, it's all untapped, and it's all stuff I feel like definitely in your favor. Like the Mandarin shit, bro. You like it's. If you see Mandarin in person, especially a super one, if you've seen a super Mandarin at the shows, Troy's had one displayed. The homie TJ, you know the homie TJ?
Yeah.
Or JT? It's TJ. It is TJ or JT. What's his name? TJ. TJ.
I forget.
It's
TJ. Exotic Reptiles Are Us, right?
Exotic Reptiles Are Us.
Yeah.
But the homie TJ. I got that right, Troy? If you could drop a message, but nice motherfucker. He's the one that has that animal displayed there.
He helped me. There's a little group chat I'm in. He was one of but they both helped me identify the clutch I had. So he's got awesome stuff. Dude, KG and D from Bomb Projects.
Oh,
out in LA. They got some sick ass Mandarin Pied stuff.
They're the talk of Pomona right now as far as like ball python heat, bro. Like
they're cool as fuck too.
That, because they give me love every time I go to that show. And yeah, how about we book them? Cool. Thank you for doing that.
They got some Mandarin Pied stuff. It's pretty sick.
All right, so cool. Dude, it just got hot in here. I wonder why. Straight Fire Reptiles in the building. Understand this guy does not tap into every show. So if he's tapping in, it's for a reason. How do you feel? You have Straight Fire in the fucking building right now.
I can't compliment the guy that told you not to mouth kiss, motherfucker.
Oh, shit! He said no mouth kiss.
No, I can't.
You respect that right there, Levan. Oh,
I appreciate everyone's tapping, but especially you, sir. I never talked to you, but I respect what you're doing over there. So thank you for showing up.
Don't kissing this motherfucker in the mouth.
I can't mouth kiss you,
but he ain't the guy to kiss.
He's not gonna appreciate it.
It might even be Wesley. Wesley, I apologize if it's you. I thought if it's Levance, I'm just trying to be funny. But Straight Fire Reptiles, family right here. I cannot wait to see you guys at Tinley, man. But thank you so much, Levance, for tapping in. It means a lot. Listen. At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. I do give a fuck how many people are in the chats, and but if I just have people like Levance coming in here every now and then giving me, hey, what up? I'm here listening. That's motivation to me, dude. That just means that motherfuckers who've been in this game are still trying to hear. Like they're like he's here tapping in on a new breeder series, which you have motherfuckers. If you even send them the link, like let's just say there's certain breeders out there that you invested money in. You're like, hey, I'm about to be on the show. Check it out. There's some breeders who don't give two shits what you got going on. Actually, certain breeders only want to see you grow. And that's the facts. That's the old mentality thing. That's what's outgrowing. Honestly, that mentality is a fucking dust in the wind mentality. But there are still, laggers and people who are still having that train of thought. But I can tell you right now, Andrew, if you don't want to help this new person coming into the game, somebody else will.
That blows my fucking mind though, because if it is like I heard Ozzy say one time, like a pyramid scheme that works. So it's not a scheme; it's just a system. But every level feeds the next. So I don't understand why dudes trying to shun people away from the hobby or not get them involved, because all the money that they bring in is just going to help feed whatever they're doing. I don't understand. It blows my mind. And it's just hater, whatever you want to call it. But
Bob Smith is what we call it.
Yeah. So, but it's if somebody trying to make a business out of it to shit on new people or just to not even help them out or talk to them, I don't get it. I don't get it.
100%. Again, Levance, thanks for tapping in. Oh, wait, I think we have someone else who's tapping in. And I think you know this guy pretty well. Wait, do we have more spam? Jesus, bro, you're bringing all these like weird porn fucking spam people. Look at this wet time. What is that? Did I get rid of that? Anyways, who else is here tapping in? I got somebody else here to go all the way down. Damn, bro, I have not been. How dare both of you? What's he mean?
What he thinks is the WWF comment?
Really? Or
we're not gonna hype ourselves up?
How dare you, guy? What do you want? An invite? Motherfucker, you already had your show. You already got fucking your 15 minutes of lame championship fucking belt. What do you want, guy? What do you want?
Thank you for that, by the way.
Just kidding.
White Chocolate Thunder.
Sounds very not my kind of porn. I'm just saying.
So it's not very marketable.
Dude, Antoine, listen. Motherfucker has put in his time pre-social media, came back with the comeback, doing big things. I love Antoine, bro. What is your true I mean, because we always talk about you are who you kind of stick around with, and you stick pretty close to Antoine. I mean, no homo, but you know, Antoine's one of the real ones.
100%, like legit. Consider him like family, and I think what like the first time we met, I entered like a raffle for a snake that I won. He drove it down. I think he thought initially I was up in the Redwood, so it wasn't going to be a long
raffle?
drive. Yeah, he hand delivered it to me.
Days. What was this, like 2019, 2020? What was this?
It was 2020.
The good old raffle days.
But or you buy it was a buy a spot type thing. But dude, he drove it down for me 3 hours, and we fucking chatted it up, and right away I just dude, snakes or not, he could go work at McDonald's, and I'll still hang out with him and talk to him, just because he's like I was telling you earlier. He's not phony. He's a real person.
And I
get along with him.
A custom gun.
Yep.
Am I supposed to say that? Wait, is that legal?
That's fine.
Black man making custom guns.
I don't think the race determines whether it's
legal,
but
gonna be a black belt any day now. Crazy. Antoine Hood. That's our homie right there. No,
I love that dude. No, and he put me on his episode too. He didn't even have to do that. So he's always looked out for me. And
Antoine is somebody who is fucking deserves all the come up that he has coming to him, and everything that he's gaining right now definitely comes from everything that he's put in since being in this since 2010, leaving and coming back. But Antoine has just been a good example of kind of lining yourself with the right people, sticking to projects, because you gotta understand Antoine is not working with easy shit. Antoine is trying to hit some fucking crazy stuff, and a lot of stuff that he's doing now is setting him up for those years where he is going to hit these quad recessive, triple recessives. Everything JKR is preparing you guys for, like Antoine has all the cliff notes. He's going to pass his shit like a motherfucker. I'm really excited for Antoine's future, bro.
And his hustle too. That hustles, man. He fucking works hard. But yeah, he's I could tell this year or at the end of last year, maybe just like from a social media perspective, because we always talk about the same shit, but he's really ramped it up, like with the videos, with the posts, he's taking it legit serious. I mean, not that he hasn't, but I could tell that he really wants to make something special out of this.
Is it really his birthday again? I thought it was his birthday. I thought it was his birthday at Mastro's.
It was. He got a free cake for it too.
You son of a bitch.
Free
You know what's
cake.
funny? I did that. I do this for Kush. Every time he comes for dinner, I tell the reservations, hey, it's my buddy's birthday. Yeah. And Kush doesn't like attention. He gets really kind of shuts down a little bit.
Yeah.
And but then when he realized he's getting free cheesecake and all that shit, he's like, okay, I'm cool with it. But dude, Andrew, you and I are so alike, man. Right. I'm telling you right now, that's a player move right there. Happy birthday, Antoine, for sure. You are a player. We love you, dude, for sure. But let's talk about a little bit about your longevity projects, because Mandarin is something that, because of your situation and the way you got it, dude, your turnaround of making Mandarin blow up is within a couple years, if not now. It's you're on your way to making Mandarin hot as fuck, because you've already produced some of it now and you're going to be producing more. But what about the double recessives? Do you have anything that you're fuck, this is going to take me 3-4 years, and then I'm going to produce on top of that?
Talking about with Mandarin or without or both?
Whatever. Yeah. What's the main, what's the Super Bowl for you with this shit?
So I was fortunate enough to hatch out 1.3 of Enchi hypo double head DG pods. So I sold one of the females. So I got 1.2 of that. That's a triple recessive project that I'm hopefully going to be able to tackle in a year or so. Like I said, trying to get the sunset thing, the DG thing. I got a lot of double head DG hypo stuff, or hypo head DG pied, puzzle pied. I'm really just trying to focus on making stuff that I can start putting into the rotation within a year or two, because that time's going to come. Like you said earlier, it comes fast, and you're not going to have the mail, or you're not going to have invested in a certain project, and now you're chasing your tail. Right. So, making a lot of double head stuff, some triple head, some, and getting into like the certain codons like Hurricane, Mandarin, what was another one? KRG. So things that I think have a lot of potential. KRG.
What the fuck is a KRG?
Dude, Calabash Reduction Gene. You never heard of it?
Whoa. Here we go. You guys ready to be annoyed? Okay. What the
So the KRG pied is when I first started looking for snakes, I saw KRG pied, and I saw a super KRG.
Can you pronounce that for me?
KRG.
KRG. Is that like a is that
Calabash Reduction Gene is what it stands for.
Calabasas?
Calabasas Reduction Gene. Calabash.
Wait.
No.
KALABASH.
And then reduction is the second word.
It should come up by now. Calabash Reduction.
Mm-hmm. Word, but
still. Okay, I give up. Anyways, continue, please.
It's
they should really work on that name.
I don't like it at all.
It's really hard to fucking look up.
KRG is easy, but
you can't. They don't have KRG if you type it in, right? Anyways, continue. Sorry. Not your problem.
So it darkens the darks, lightens the lights. It's just a color pattern, somewhat of an enhancer that I've seen. I don't know a ton about it. I'm not the expert on it, but the stuff that I have seen, the way it interacts with pied is badass, and it's one of those codons I just want to incorporate into some projects. So
pied has made me something definitely. You shouldn't just put anything in a pied.
No.
Like it really matters what you put in a pied. And I can tell you, maybe you could help me out with this, Andrew, because you know me, dude. Look at everything I have. Like my mind is really, if it comes down to you asking about shit, I love talking about chondros. I love talking about emeralds. I will and scrubs, like anything but ball pythons. And it sucks because everything that I'm successful at right now is ball pythons. I love them. But so help me out with this. I'm confused on what I should do with my banger ass pied prize mail that I got from Ego.
The one I tried to buy from 5 times and he never responded.
Oh, he did, or
no, go ahead. I'm just
okay. Not my problem.
No, I know.
Okay, so ODYB, NG, GNX, pied to what? I mean, obviously another pied, but to what other pied? I just don't want to devalue it. Like I don't want to put cinnamon into it because cinnamon will make it a high white, right? Or
if I had an ODDG female, I'd put it to that.
I don't
either.
Wait, hold on. So hold on. This is smart though. So you would actually, you would recommend me putting it into another recessive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because it's a visual and like having that one, like we were talking about earlier, like JKR says 3, 4, 5 hets is the future. So I mean, those genes work well. I mean, everything really does, but with Desert Ghost, and you're only going to clean that animal up, make it a little bit better, and adding the OD into it. You already had OD in it, right?
ODYB.
Oh yeah. So having a possible super OD double head DG pied, that's sick.
Right.
That's a nice animal. So I mean that's what I would do. But what the hell do I know?
I don't know, bro. You're pretty awesome.
Thanks.
Just saying. And I don't even like people. Here's the thing, dude. I don't like people. But like when I start liking people, I'm like, yes, I know I'm surrounding myself with good people. And that's why I love Antoine, because Antoine, you understand, like when Antoine, you got you, and then it's Jerome. Shout out to homie Jerome. I'm missing, dude, No Limit. That's my boy right there. Jerome is a day one. I feel like if we're at a show together, we're gonna have a really good time.
He's a good friend. Dude. I mean, they both are, but I'm just saying, like, it's another one of those guys that is a real friend.
Well, because I'm not gonna lie, Garrett Hartle, I didn't know he had his own table, and I invited them to dinner, and then this fucking sushi restaurant puts these guys like in the back corner with no light, there's no candles, there's nothing going on. By the time I'm having my third sushi roll, this fucking guy, they barely got their water. God bless them, but hey, at least I was feeding you guys chocolates. Woo! Yes,
and that's the best sushi place over there too, so it's all right. It was worth the wait.
It wasn't bad. because
Yeah.
we got it. We made it to the U.S. ARC auction.
We did.
And God bless you. You know, you were there to keep me from fighting anyone. So
Dude.
thank you.
So-
Don't fucking jack our table, motherfucker. I don't care if you're a fat, bald-headed cholo. I don't like cholos. If anything, the more gangster you look, the more I want to fight you because I know you probably can't fight.
It's like a challenge.
It's like, okay, they want to watch me break this motherfucker down. Anyways, I did get a little hyped up because at the end of the day, I had Desiree in town. The only way we got that table, shout out to Phil Goss, but I was like, Phil, can I get my own Trap Talk table? And he was like, oh, how much money are you giving us? And then I was like, I have Desiree, Cold Blooded Cafe, no problem. That's what kind of fucking level Cold Blooded Cafe is at. So we locked in the table. So what do you think we're doing? We're taking our sweet ass time to get there. But we did get there like literally like 6:05 or 7:05. The auction started at 7. We got there at 7:05 and it was packed. It was packed. And you know, there was fucking people on our table. Like someone literally took our sign and ripped it. I saw it ripped and on the floor. Like disrespect. You know what I'm not gonna
And people fucking know that's not their table.
He's like, I didn't see no sign. Oh, but how about the one ripped on the floor?
Yeah.
Anyways, it was a good time. I mean, I'm just saying, Steven and Desiree almost weren't going to come because they were more scared about the vaccination thing. But, you know, they could show proof of them being, you know, not having COVID. And they brought that and it worked out. And it was an awesome time, bro.
I loved how they didn't enforce, they weren't like mask Nazis at the show.
Dude, I had my mask down and I kind of was trying to be respectful, but nobody was on my bumper about having a mask at all.
Yeah. And I mean, they did probably everything they had to do per the stupid county of LA, but it was a nice experience. It wasn't like people were fucking sharking you throughout the thing.
So let me ask you this, Andrew. I want to talk about because you know, obviously, here's the thing: like a lot of things changed in my life since keeping reptiles. A lot of things land in your lap. Fuck, this opportunity landed in your lap straight up. But what I gotta say is, right now, you know, obviously, when you started in reptiles, you had a 9-to-5, right? And now that's switched up where you're kind of like almost your own boss in a way, right? So you're just in a position where opportunity is at its fruit right now. Like you could go a lot of different routes with what you have. So I'm just curious, like, what's your mindset right now when you're looking at these ball pythons in a longevity state? Where would you like to be in 5 years?
So that one of the, if not the biggest draw is the creative and the freedom that you get with your schedule, spending time with family, whatever it is, and working for yourself 100%. So my goal obviously is to make this a business and my sole source of income. The last month, like I was telling you earlier, I've been slacking and it's bothering me and I noticed it. But it's something that going forward, I really would like to expound upon and do whatever I can to grow the business side of it. So yeah, I mean, I don't have like a set number of clutches I want to have. I don't have a set size facility, anything like that. I just know that I love working with the animals. I really love the people that I've been surrounding myself with. I've been fortunate enough to meet, and I see the financial benefit, you know, the monetary benefit to the business side of it as well. So until any of those things change, then I'm all in.
So let's talk about. Okay, so I'm glad you brought that up. So last year, how many clutches did you have?
I had 14.
14 clutches.
Yeah,
that's a good amount. So how many of those snakes are sold? How many of those snakes are you sitting on right now out of those 14 clutches? Like what's the situation looking like?
So holdback is in the range of 12 to 15, and I think I produced close to 130. Or no, not that many. Sorry, about 100. So I've sold some off. I've got some others that are sold, just waiting for weather to clear up. And yeah, like I said, I'm only keeping what I really want to work with. I've had some awesome stuff that I was fortunate enough to sell, but it just didn't work with my plan. So why keep back, you know, like a duplicate animal or something like that. But yeah, so not in the positive yield yet, but working on it.
Was it your first year breeding or second year?
First.
So first year breeding, you had 14 clutches.
Yeah,
dude, that's fucking. Okay, stop.
It's kind of in the way.
I get a clutch because of that. No, dude, that's fucking huge.
Yeah,
like that's you must have really. Sorry, you must have really gotten a good position as far as the females you bought. Like you must have bought some big girls.
I did, but out of the 8 or so breeder females I bought, I think only like 3 went, and the other 5 are pain in my ass. So I don't recommend always buying breeder females unless it's a special thing. But
because things could prolong, like I mean,
big time.
They could go a few years without laying.
Yeah, and somehow
I'm experienced now.
Yeah. So but I was able to get some clutches out of those, and I think 9 or 10 of the clutches that I had were from females that I purchased and raised up, which I didn't produce them, but it's still rewarding raising something up, breeding it, and then the next evolution is breeding the ones you bred. So, but
Sorry,
I forget where I was at.
I'm starstruck right now again because I
Yes,
thought
sir.
Levance was tapped in, and then I was like, wait, it could be an even heavier hitter. It could be Wesley, his wife. But wait, we have the CEO in the building. We have little Anthony in the building. This is little fucking Levance. But sorry, Anthony, I didn't mean to cuss, bro. I'm sorry. This is right here. This is the future right here. This is the future right here. This is my boy Anthony, the little CEO of Straight Fire Reptiles. I'm gonna tell you what right now, man. If I ever am lucky enough to have a child and bring him into this earth, I hope, and if it's not, it's cool too, but to have my kid next to me at a show right there. And not only that, like I see him walking around the show without his parents, just which, you know, obviously he's safe, but this kid has a smile on his face, loving life in his zone. This kid right here, Anthony, right here, the future star, is the reason why I go so damn hard on these podcasts, is because it's about the future. Everything we do now matters to the ones who are coming in. And shout out to my boy Anthony. Anthony, I know it's a school night probably, but I'll let your dad deal with that. Appreciate you so much. Anthony right here is the little CEO, Straight Fire Reptiles. Real deal right there. Anyways, I gotta happy to see that.
That's awesome. I
I
want my
get
daughter to be
motivated.
more into it.
Yeah, but
My stepdaughter, my 8-year-old, she loves it.
what's coming?
Oh,
You never know. You never know.
I know. Yeah,
know what
I
I
wasn't
mean?
into it 2 years ago. So
Here, dude,
Shit
this
changes.
This is the thing, bro. Would you ever expect that you're gonna have another kid?
oh yeah.
You already knew?
Yeah.
But hold on. How,
Did that fuck up your whole story?
yeah, you did. Fucker, god damn it. I mean, it's meaning you always want another kid, right? But
Yeah.
after your 12-year-old daughter,
Mhm.
right? But you're no longer with her mom,
Right.
right? So at that point, how you know who you're gonna have a kid with, right?
Oh yeah, you don't worry about it so much when you're like 25
Right.
and you get out of a
Then you
toxic
wonder.
relationship and then you're partying.
Then
It's
you wonder
legit.
what, right?
But you get older and you start thinking like, fuck, dude, I'm like 30, 35, like 40's next door and I don't have any kids and I don't want to be an old ass dad. And
Well, let's talk about what's like.
so you never know.
Let's talk about what just landed in your lap. What I'm talking about, not only are you going to marry the love of your life, right? But you're going to have a child with somebody who keeps tortoises. She's in the reptile game. And hello, what better fucking teammate can you ask for, bro? Like that right there is such a great opportunity.
huge.
I'm not trying to tell you to become the Ace family, but guess what? If this kid is into the reptiles, you know what I
It's
mean?
huge.
It's huge.
It's huge because let's be honest, most chicks aren't cool with rooms full of snakes. Like it's just not their thing. And it's not a sexist thing. It's just what I've noticed in my experience. So having somebody that not only gets it, but doesn't give you shit when you go in there and spend hours on end cleaning snake shit and doing whatever you got to do.
I was like getting mad at your
super-
husband for working extra overtime.
Right.
Like, yo, this money is going to your damn Louis Vuittons.
Yeah.
That all happens. That's my situation sometimes. Fuck. Anyway, it's like still like how you gonna get mad
No.
at somebody working? Like,
and then
they're
she's
working.
cleaning, like she'll fill water cups, like for in the racks if I'm not there. She'll just goes through them and she's into the tortoise. She's got some badass tortoises too. Tropical torts. Tropical torts.
We're gonna pull up her page right now.
But
But let me ask you this, okay? So you met her how long ago?
dude, however long ago April was.
What?
The end of March last year.
It's been that fresh,
Super fresh.
bro. So you are literally the exact situation I'm fucking talking about. This landed in your lap less
Yeah.
than a year ago.
Dude, online dating. Total cliche situation.
I wish you would have said US Art. That would have been great. That would have been all like that would have probably pulled in so many people. But anyways, no, it's even
That's
better.
true.
But still, like it's still Lions. I mean, you could have easily. I mean, dude, Tinder or whatever app you use could have lined you up with a fucking chess player or somebody who collects rocks. Like
Yeah.
this fucking person is fucking collecting tortoises and is on a level with that shit. Like,
Yeah.
which is only gonna pursue and make longer what you have going on with your reptiles.
It's weird. That's why we're like best friends. That's why
This
it's
is
so
awesome.
fucking weird, but I dig it, man.
Because dude, this is what sucks, and it sucks because a lot of people and this is, I don't want to get deep, but a lot of people reach out to me and they say how much they wish they had something like what me and Lily have, like they just based off the relationships and they see and it sucks because I've been in a relationship where the other person doesn't want me to do good, or like whatever makes me happy they're kind of just like sucking me like
Yeah.
the other way. And I could tell you right now, if you're in a position like that with these animals, you are neglecting the animals and you're favoriting something that's not only affecting your life, but everything you have going on. So at the end of the day, there are people I've had talks with. I've had people hours conversations with this shit because I felt for them so much, and they fucking made the move. They cut the cancer. I can tell you right now, if there's something out there keeping you from being happy, and if it's the animals that keep you happy, and this other whatever the fuck's like, no, you can't have it, you better make a fucking decision. Either one or the other. Either you're a beta fish collector or you're a fucking goddamn trapper. Make the decision. But it's not easy sometimes because people, love is a motherfucker, bro. Love sucks. Like, love could suck, bro. Like,
big time.
Because you understand, there is times where Lily would even, like 2018 days, literally going from 5 snakes to 60. And she's like, yo, what the fuck? Like, and now they were talking mangroves and all this other shit. And where I'm like ripping my hair out because they're escaping. And, you know, like, I'm literally losing my mind over snakes dying. And like, I don't want to see a snake die. It wasn't ball pythons dying on me. It was these motherfucking imports. And I just didn't know better because I was getting into it. I was getting so far ahead of myself, you know, but Lily like had to be like, yo, like either chill the fuck out or don't do this. And I was like, well, I'm always going to do this. And I was like, well, I better chill out because I don't want to lose her. You know what I mean? But dude,
but she's super supportive though. She's fucking,
bro, she's my ride or die.
Super down for you. She's always there.
She makes the whole remote podcasts with Matt Summers is only doable because Lily kicks back and holds 200 plus animals down. She fucking sprays the green tree monitors every morning. She does the waters for the beadeds. Yeah, they're venomous. She does water for the beaded. She does the waters for Mac Dre and Alice. She treats it like it's hers. And that's why I'm so like, you know, I just became an LLC today. I became an LLC.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm really happy.
Business owner.
I got a business. Yeah. But anyways, they asked me, do you plan on hiring any employees in the first year? And I said, no, unless it's myself. Because I'm so goddamn scared to not only have that kind of liability. Yeah, you need insurance and all that stuff, but still, the day I hire somebody is the day I know they trust it's like watching someone look after your kid. Like, I wouldn't go to a fucking Google and go to fucking, you know, like Martha's fucking daycare and be like, here's my kid.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. Like, I want a recommendation from a family, like, oh, you raised this cousin up? Yeah, he's a little fucked up, but I'll take it. You know, like, I need documented.
You got to have apprentices, just like in construction. I think that's super necessary because, yeah, it's a lot of money, but those are your animals. And like, you can't replace a lot of them. And I don't care how much money you have. Let's say you have a windfall of $1 billion and you want to go replenish whatever you lost. You can't replace all the time that you've spent into them. They're all grown. You're not going to find. So it's just, it's a huge headache. It's a huge investment. And we put so much time into it. Why trust it to some idiot that doesn't really give a shit? So I think like if there was like an apprentice that actually wanted to learn how to do it, I mean, do that for a little bit but
it scares me too,
stressful.
man, is the motherfuckers getting robbed, bro.
Yeah, that too.
Like literally, like, and I'm not here to name drop or anything, but like, you know, you have somebody who has a big name influence wise, who also has rumors of him being like robbing people, like stealing animals. You know what I mean? So you have so much of this like weird shit, and this is just common shit. This goes down in every hobby. Like, there's this fucked up human type nature shit that goes down. You know, you have that's probably. I mean, we talked about why I don't want to do an outdoor enclosure permanently for the monitors no more, but yeah, like a good percentage of that is because I don't want motherfuckers to come into my property and fucking, you know, like you just never know. And it's unfortunate that there's piece of shit people out there that would steal an animal just as somebody who would steal, kidnap a kid. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know, there's special places in hell for people like that, I feel like, but you know, you just got to be careful, man. And this is why having people you trust, having your circle so tight knit, like, you know, like I have, if it wasn't for Lily to watch my collection, I have somebody who is basically like family to me. My boy Victor, he's the one who got me into this. He is like, so like, we are like fucking that. He's behind the scenes, very emo, and like, I respect that, but does not want to be out there at all. And I hope someday I can bring him to the channel because this is the guy who put me on everything. But anyways, he's the one who will come and watch my collection. And then I have a backup for his backup, shout out to my homie Juan. Then I have Jacob who will come back up. So like I have people, my 5 people to watch my collection if I need it are like fucking family to me. And I can never see me hiring them because they have a life. Like they don't have hours to fucking sacrifice to my, you know, Jacob's a father of fucking 17 or whatever the fuck. But I'm just kidding. I'm just saying, like, you know, people have lives. And at the end of the day, you got to find someone who wants to learn. You have to have someone who's young and wants to fucking learn and really want to gain from this shit. And that's not easy to find. Dude.
Yeah, no.
I'm dreading it. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
And
because
motherfuckers are lazy nowadays. Like the younger generation is habitually lazy. It's very rare when you find someone with a work ethic or a sense of urgency or something.
they feel like they're so entitled now.
Yeah,
bro.
and
they
I
feel
can't
like,
stand it.
what doesn't help either. And this is why I make it not like, listen, there are YouTuber influencers that are putting themselves on like Jim Carrey level. Like they think they're actors who are making a goddamn like historical difference, and only based off the money. Like that fucking Beast guy, he's literally making multi-billions off YouTube. I think that's great. But I mean, maybe it's my generation, but I'll never look at that guy like somebody like a fucking Al Pacino or like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
You look at him as
This is a fucking like one of us.
It's like a
geek.
I can't think of the word, but it's just like a one-off
fucking
thing. Like,
nerd, bro. We're all nerds.
Yeah.
It's all nerds. But at the end of the day, I ain't gonna knock the hustle. If you could make that much money, then do it. I'm just saying, god damn, I don't even know what I'm saying. I don't even know.
I think you're trying to get to, or you're getting at that. People don't look up to the people they should be looking up to nowadays. Like kids, they tend to look up to the quick money, the less work.
Yeah, I mean, like that's and that's what the unfortunate thing now is, because what really fucking grinds my gears are the animal influencers that are like leading the whole entire escapade of what's what you YouTube, like what's going on World Star. Like, look at the motherfucker who's putting out animal content on World Star and what that's doing. But more important, it's not about what he's doing or what that's doing, but if you were to go to his location or go check out his place, that's the problem. Because you could be mad at anyone how they fucking what they're doing with the animal, meaning they better not be fucking hurting it. But if somebody's handling an animal, go see how they take care of that animal. Go see, just like Barchek, right? So Barchek was the person who was like, so like, oh my God, everything has RI, everything has mites. He's a fucking piece of shit. He's this, he's that. Dude, by far the nicest, biggest reptile facility I've ever been in as far as more than ball pythons. I'm talking about a real reptile zoo that I really look up to is the Reptarium.
The place is sick.
Have you been to it?
No.
Exactly. Don't fucking tell me it's sick, Andrew. I'm just kidding.
I have eyes.
No, but I want you to go. Like,
no, I do want to go.
I want to take, dude. I'm like, listen, I go to the Reptarium at least twice a year. If you, and especially my Patreon members out there, if you're listening, if you want to go, let me know. I'm trying to take you guys there so you guys could see if you ever have a dream to have this many animals, this is what it takes. This is what you have to put in. And you got to understand, Brian's a fucking shoo-in, bro. Brian is, I look at him as the fucking croc hunter now, bro. Like, like obviously he's not doing croc hunter shit because he's just on another level with the YouTube. He didn't got time for that. But he was the closest thing to that we had that was on TV, and
he's drawn so many fucking people into this too. Like
okay, but here's the thing.
Sorry. No, go ahead.
No. Sorry. This cake, I'm a little faded.
It's kind of fire. Listen. No, he drew me in too. And just the way he was able to commercialize it and the way, I mean, I haven't been, but dude, I can imagine the amount of work it takes to keep that place fucking clean. Holy shit.
So, you see, Brian.
I know that dude works like 7 days a week.
Brian, here's the thing with Brian, okay? And I will say this right now. Brian tends to get really excitable in some of his, if not all of his YouTube episodes, but you could tell that Brian's a nice guy from what you can see through the YouTube videos, right? Like you'd feel like, wow, this, if you were to run into this guy, it'd be awesome, right? But you gotta understand, not everyone who they are, like not everyone is what you see on the video. Like you see some people on video and then you meet in person, like, oh, what a piece of shit. Brian is everything that you see in real life. And what I mean by that, he's going to be just as nice and welcome to you when you're there, but he does that with 100 people in his place. He's bing, 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 bing. Like he will show you love, but that same love he shows to somebody who just walked in. And that kind of energy, for somebody who has mad energy all the damn time, I looked at Brian. Brian's one of the first people I look at and get exhausted. And I go, holy shit, like this guy is fucking non-stop. And, he's the biggest push why I do 4 podcasts is a fucking week. This guy comes out with a vlog every day. What's my excuse? Crazy. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, man, I mean, I don't know. What was the big, oh yeah, we're talking about influencers. You could pick and choose. You could do what you want. But my biggest thing is Brian Barchek has been somebody who, as much as people told me this, and that, like he's a piece of shit or, whenever, and this isn't even now, like this is when I first got in. Anything that was trying to deter me from going that route, and I just pushed through and went with my gut, best decision ever made, because I'm so motivated. And when you go to bar checks, when you go to the Reptarium, you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about.
I believe it.
Because you know we're talking about how your soon-to-be wife keeps tortoises, different stuff that you keep. Bar check keeps it all, bro. And like I know you're somebody to where motherfucker give you the property, give you the time. You're gonna down to keep some other shit, which we haven't even got into
for sure.
Yet. I mean, right now I know we're primarily talking about your ball pythons, which is great. No, but really, let me ask you this: when it comes to you producing like, let's just say this year, 2022, when you look at a clutch, right? What's the main goal as far as your holdbacks? Like, what's the holdback game plan when, like, per clutch? Are you looking to hold back maybe 1, 2, as many as you can? Like, how are you kind of game planning the holdback per clutch?
I just I'll see when it comes out. I know if it's, I'm only going to hold it the best. So, like, for example, that clutch that I had 4 visual hypos, and they're all double head DG pod. Everything was entry. And then the 2 other ones that weren't visual hypos were also head DG. So, looking at that, I was like, okay, well, let me sling this pair of non-visual hypos, and then let me hold back 1.3, which is what I had. I ended up selling one of the girls, but the Mandarin one, I was like, well, these ones are sick, but I'm just going to keep this one. And so I really don't have like a set plan ahead of time. I know what I'm shooting for sure. That's the whole reason I did the pairing, but yeah, I don't have like a regimented, like, mathematical plan or approach.
As far as the money you make off your productions, how much of that are you putting that back into the business versus you either putting it back into your personal life, either if it's a new home or whatever it is that you want to put it into, but like, how much of your money that you're gaining from the business are you putting back into the business?
Every single cent, and then some. So my thought process is that I'm so far behind where I want to be that time's my biggest enemy.
But that should be if you're like in the right mindset, everyone should feel like that.
Right. And so, like, my thing is like, well, okay, I could pay this bill, or I could make this investment in this, piece of equipment that's going to help me in the long run, or in this animal or whatever. So until I get to a point where I'm self-sufficient off just the reptiles, I mean, I'm not gonna like, okay, I get paid something, $300 for a snake. I'm not gonna say I didn't go fill my tank with gas, but for the most part, everything that I can think of goes back into the business.
100%. Now, as of right now, I know I think we just talked about you getting a new rack system that's on the way, right? But like, what did you start off with? Like, I mean, because you have adults now, you obviously have hatchlings, but like, what were the first racks that you bought?
Dude, I started off with metal shells from Home Depot and tanks. And I had like 18. And once I got to like that,
the tanks is a tough game.
Dude,
you start with the tanks, dude, you're gonna kill it in everything else. I'm telling you right now, man. Dude, respect the fucking 90s.
When you get like I had like 18 tanks, and they range from like 10 to 40 gallons. When you have to clean them, and it takes you more than 6 hours to clean 18 enclosures, you're gonna really like start thinking, maybe I need to do this, go about this a different way.
I got up to 6 snakes before I got a rack, and I knew better at me, because let's see, this was like what, 2016, and I started Googling snake racks, but I was trying to make one really bad, but I suck at that stuff. So I just like, oh wow, this is, and not only that, like, you think, oh, it's easy to build a snake rack, but no, if you add up all the fucking wood and all that shit, you're gonna spend a couple $100 for a normal rack.
Oh yeah, I built like 5 of them. And I have a back, like, that's my hobby of mine is woodworking. But
do it yourself, right?
Yeah,
it's DIY.
So, but you can't buy PVC in California. You can at certain places, but it's really hard to get.
It's scarce.
And so you're building out this heavy ass MDF or whatever it is, and then, dude, that runs its course, and it's just, you get tired of lugging it around and shit, water damage or whatever. So I don't know. I just invested in a 70-30 and a 55-40 from ARS when I first bought my 2 racks, and I just had 2 more delivered the other day. So
damn, my bad, Jesse. Don't be hating the trip.
They
tried. Hey, listen, ARS, they tried. They sent me a nice little like, hey, how about you consider us being sponsored? And listen, I have an ARS rack. He's hot. Shout out to Antoine. Antoine gave me his hand-me-down at a really good price, and he dropped it off. Were you there for that?
I was.
Yeah. Dude, I was dude, that was after my accident.
Yeah.
I was all fucked up, and I was so shroomed out of my mind. And dude, 2 snakes got out that night.
Really?
Yeah, no, totally my fault. But like,
it wasn't the tub that I broke. I broke a tub.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, there was the white one, Jacob's tub. Oh no, it was the gray one.
It was a gray one.
You son of a bitch.
I know.
Anyways, but no, listen. respect to, because either way, ARS, Freedom Breeder, that's an investment rack. Like you are taking a huge leap out of the Home Depot and Lowe's
Jeez.
world, and you really dip into something that you are really kind of devoted to. And dude, that's where I'm at this year. I had put so much into the snakes and reptiles first, which I don't always recommend. And I had slowly has, because of the needs of a bigger snake like retics, boas, and then, I don't like seeing boreals and shit in tubs. So I would always try to focus on getting them dilated first. But right now, I mean, nothing would make me happier to have all my fucking ball pythons in a Freedom Breeder. And they look nice in right now. They're in an ARS rack. And I love that right now. I would love them just in an ARS rack. But shout to Freedom Breeder, man. Freedom Breeder all day.
They are pretty.
Yeah. I'm trying to get that metal shelf,
That's sick. That's the best thing.
And dude, Jesse, by the way, Jesse's the most gangsterest motherfucker. I'm just saying, I'd rather support a gangster than anyone else. This is my background.
And he bought me like 8 drinks at Pomona. So shout out to Jesse.
Okay, so let me ask you, Andrew, marketing. You have a sick ass logo, bro. I really like the route you went, because I don't feel like a lot of people just kind of go a difficult route sometimes with their logo, or because it can be hard. Some people just could go to somebody and they could be like, "This is what I got," and they won't just be like, "Oh, I want something different." They'll just take it. But I feel like you kind of like it worked out for you. You know what I mean? But at what point were you considering making a logo after you started getting snakes? Like, when did you start considering making Redwood Reptiles a brand?
Probably after my 10th snake or less.
And
Like,
you
once I
got your
just
10th snake at what point?
you
started how many?
So I had
after
one,
that?
and then I wanted a bell. So I got a bell from some random dude. And then I ended up getting like 4 or 5 snakes from Anthony, Granddaddy Herbs. I didn't know shit about anything.
Granddaddy Herbs in the building.
And he sat and talked to me for like 2 hours. And that was when I started realizing there's actually, it opened my mind to the whole business side of it. So, right after I had the conversation with him, pretty much, I was like, I want to do this.
You're like, okay.
Yeah. And so I spent time drawing it up. I kind of knew what I wanted. I will say this, and I thought about this the other day, because, the whole rebranding, like with Justin Canova, and that getting more attention. I'm not one to just jump on fads. I don't dislike my logo. I like it. But I'm realizing, though, if I were to do it differently going forward, I would make it a little more professional. Not so much like, I'm proud of it. I designed it and it's fine. But I think the reason for that.
Right.
Okay.
No, I'm listening.
I was gonna say, I think the reason why I went that route and didn't give as much consideration to the professional aspect is because I didn't look at myself as anywhere in the realm of needing a professional logo, because I was so new.
But what makes you feel like this isn't professional? I'm just curious.
I like it. I think if I just, I don't know, I'd make it look more mature, I guess, but I don't know how.
Mine's not professional.
That's super mature. No, that's super mature.
That's my face.
That's actually tight, though.
You see, that's my face.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunately, I don't have any venomous, but at that time I did. So it did make sense. I had a rattlesnake, but I don't know, man. I don't know. At the end of the day,
I like it. I don't dislike it.
I mean, you have other people who have like something where you look at it and you're like, what is that? But you automatically see it's a skull, right? So, I mean, I noticed it's a skull, but the biggest thing that's drawing my attention is what's around the skull. Like, I mean, I don't know. At the end of the day, what you're saying is you like to become more simple, like Canova. Like Canova.
It's not gonna happen anytime soon. I was just planted the seed to think about
exactly right. Which is, I mean, that's you wanting evolving someday. Yeah. So this is chapter 1 of the logo, obviously.
But yeah, and I like it. I don't dislike it. Don't get me wrong. I just there's been so much talk about logo and rebranding and stuff that I started thinking about it. So
we're talking about rebranding, and I'm a dude. I do love my logo, man, but might be my chapter 2, bro.
Yeah.
I'm talking. I don't want to say who I'm talking to. I mean, if you know, then you know.
Is there anybody else though?
What do you mean?
I only know of one guy.
I mean, oh yeah, I know.
It's big.
And it rhymes with Heward.
Mm-hmm. Ray Heward.
Dude, all I gotta know is that motherfucker's player is fucking. If you could connect the dots of what we're talking about, I don't want to talk too much about him, because I'm working with him right now and he's coming on the show, and there's so many people who just copy what I do, and I just don't want to say shit right now. So guess what? Things are in the work, and I understand where you're at right now, because as much as I love my shit and as much as I love your shit, man, we gotta evolve, man. We
Yeah.
got to take the next step. And because you got to understand, you know how many people, and firsthand, I saw this. How many people are like, why would Justin do that? Like, well, like, what's the reasoning? And I was initially when he first told me that, he told me months before he released that he was doing this. He told me, and I was like, why? But as soon as he said that, it's not just about me. Like, I'm not Cabelka. Cabelka Reptiles is not one person. It's more than one person. And he was tired of making it just about him. And understand Cabelka Reptiles came from a name where it was just him being 19 years old in college. You know what I mean? Like, he was Smoky Mountain Reptiles. Nerdy. Love you, Justin. But I'm just saying, like, fuck, dude. Like, the guy, he has, and leading the industry, doing nothing, doing something that nobody else is even coming close to. And I say that with all due respect. He's just on a different spectrum. You know, you have people, like, I'm not saying his planets align with other planets that are growing in their own atmosphere, okay? So meaning when you're on that level, you could get very complacent. You can get very comfortable. Goddamn, making millions on ball pythons. Like, he has fucking supercars he's investing in. He could really worry about other stuff. But dude, he's trying to switch things up. He's evolving his brand.
Yeah.
And that takes a lot of balls, bro. Like, I'm not trying to fucking give him super reach arounds, you know. Yeah, probably kiss
Not trying
my
to
mouth
tongue
a
kiss a
little bit.
motherfucking mouth.
Sorry, man. It's just a little bit real quick. But I'm Italian. It was by mistake. Forget about it. But anyways, I just like, man, that right there was setting the bar for so many different people in this industry. You know, and Miguel, I feel, is somebody who he's not going to surprise. I mean, it is going to surprise me, but when he comes out with shit that's like, what the fuck? It's not going to surprise me because Miguel's that kind of guy too. And that's what this hobby needs. This hobby needs people who are going to fucking think outside the box, bring people into this game that you would have never thought would come into this game, because that's what we need the most, man. We're going against some fucking crazy people who don't want this to be a thing, you know. And I'm talking about PETA and all these weirdos out there, you know. And the reason why, you know, some people look at US Arc as like, oh, like, you know, like they don't know. Well, what is there not to know? Go look up. They put all their numbers out there. They make everything out there public. Like, so there's nothing to hide. US Arc goes to bat for all the shit that nobody else will go to bat for. So, you know, I will preach US Arc to the day I die, bro. Phil Goss is doing big things. And I don't know. You should support US Arc, bro.
I agree.
100%. Now, let me ask you this. You right now obviously dialed in with your ball pythons. How many clutches would you like this year?
I'm gonna be breeding 42 females.
Woo!
So,
damn. Okay, so some people go 14. Oh, I want to do 20, and some people do 14 to 40. You know, so what are we looking? Best case scenario, you looking to go 40 for 40, or what?
Yeah, I'll take whatever I can get.
Oh my god, bro. Yes.
It's yeah, no, I'm just.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's more to pick from, right? More I can build off of.
So obviously your collection is fairly new. When I say that, within 5 years. So how many males are you running right now? Like, how many males do you have in the lineup in rotation for you? Are a lot of them one-on-one, or are some of them being spread out to a lot of females?
Some are definitely being spread out. There's a couple male. I have 3 or 2 males that really they bared the brunt of the workload this last year. But
right.
I've got, my thing is I've got a lot. I like a lot of different things, but I don't have a ton of one thing. So I've got my, you know, feelers on little projects here. So I'll buy a pair of snakes, raise them up just to produce something from them. So I do have some males that I need to thin out that I'm not really using in rotation, just for one-off projects. But for the most part, I've got about 15 males in rotation.
Damn. Hey, if you guys are just now tapping in, dude, 75 people in the building. Appreciate you guys. If you're just now tapping in, please do me and the homie a favor. Hit that like button. Let's get those likes up for the homie Andrew. But yeah, you have an ultrasound, or you don't have an ultrasound?
I do.
Okay. But high key, Antoine saved your ass and his ultrasound.
Super high key.
Antoine motherfucking Hood.
Super high key.
He's done that for me too, man, and made me realize a lot of the shit that I was stressing out about could be figured out within minutes of owning an ultrasound. But it's kind of like peaking on Christmas, like before Christmas Day. Like, you're just like, you know, because at the end of the day, you want to know. And yeah, you know what's funny is I was at a point last year where, I hate to say this, but there was clutches I was relying on because I needed the money. I was trying to buy a fucking house. Like, I was hoping to God some of this shit would happen so I could fucking buy a new house. We're in California. It's not easy. You know that.
Mm.
God damn, still couldn't buy a house. But anyways, at that time, I'm trying to save to buy a house. And I didn't know if a lot of, I was expecting things like a lot sooner and I was stressed the fuck out. And normally, I just like to just whatever happens. That's normally how it was. But I'm not gonna lie, deep inside, this is being real MJ right here. I'm not faking no funk. Last year I was stressing. I was like, damn, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. So Antoine came through with the ultrasound, and fuck, bro, he opened up my whole game, man. And as much as I like say you don't need an ultrasound or like, I still don't have one, but goddamn, bro, like ultrasound will change up everything for you. It will literally, it shows you what's happening, plain and simple. Like fuck stressing. You want to see what's happening? Okay, let's look inside the female. And he was able to show me so many girls that I thought would lay that was just building up like 12, 15, 20, millimeters. Is it centimeters?
Millimeters.
Sorry. Still don't know, but millimeters. You know what I mean? So I was like, holy shit, keep feeding, keep pairing. Don't stop pairing. That time last year, some of those females, I stopped pairing because I thought they were done and I fucked up. No, keep pairing. That's why I don't really believe in seasons. Like I feel like
I don't either.
It really depends where you're at. So many people like, and Justin, I will call you out right now, Justin Kapelka, you motherfucker. He was on my show one time. The first time I had Justin on my show, I asked him, hey, I had this Mojave Orange Ghost female lay for me in January. It's now March. Is she going to lay for me? And he's like, if you haven't seen any ovulation or anything by the time she laid last year, nothing's going to happen. Like, go ahead and write that off. Wait for the next year. Well, that bitch laid in June. And I was like, what the fuck, But understand, Justin lives in a controlled environment. He controls everything in his entire building. I run ambient. My temperature is San Diego temperature, Southern California temperature, way different. So my females are not his females. They build differently. They go differently. We're in a position where shit goes 24/7 where I'm at. So that being said, as much as I was kind of like, haha, Justin was wrong. How many times has Justin Gabelka been wrong? It's not that he was wrong. That's just his environment. Like it's not where I'm from. If that makes sense.
Yeah. And I think too, the ultrasound argument, you don't need it. You don't need a lot of shit in life, no matter what the hobby or trade is. You can make do with very little. However, the ultrasound is a huge equalizer. That thing, I mean, the efficiency, like that's why I bought it. I just wanted to be efficient and get as much as I could of, from my pairings. So I love it. I use it once a month. It's so convenient. It's nice to have. It took me a while to pull the trigger on it because I would just bug Antoine. But yeah, and like you said, he saved my ass. Like I missed, because I didn't have an ultrasound, I missed 3 girls. And when I introduced the ultrasound, I didn't even know some girls were building.
Right.
I got that Mandarin clutch from one of those.
Right.
So it was huge.
So, okay. Let's talk about as far as, do you have anyone kind of on your bumper about wanting to get into the Mandarin game right now? Or like, is it still kind of like, is it still being slept on? Like where are you at right now with your Mandarin project?
So
go away, love face.
I love the project. I'm not super heavily invested, but for me, I'm heavily invested. So I think there's a lot of potential. I think there's a lot to do with it. It sounds cliche, but it really is. Like you said, the Super Mandarin is intense. The one problem that I'm seeing for the project from an investment perspective and just from a growing the gene, I see too many examples of Mandarin that maybe they're Mandarin, but they sure as fuck don't look it.
So you're saying they're faking it?
I'm not saying they're faking it. What I'm saying is they just have, I don't see any at all. So if it's there, maybe it's the lighting.
Oh, happened. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I'm so pissed. That happened before. Let me do this again.
Blue face, baby.
Oh, that didn't work. Anyways, let's just keep talking. God damn it.
Sorry, you tried.
That's terrible. I just train wrecked right now. That's not good. If I was DJing, I would have got booed right now. Don't boo me. If you boo me, I'll fuck you up. I'm just kidding. But anyways, keep talking.
So I think that what I want to see, just like with any other project, I want to see the best examples of that, and I want to see that put out there for people to see. Because if I were looking at Mandarin stuff right now, and I saw some of the examples that I've seen in the past, I would ask myself, why the fuck am I going to spend $3K or $4K or whatever it is on this snake that looks just like an Enchi, or that looks like a whatever,
an Enchi pastel?
Yeah. So is it recessive? Because I can't fucking see it. Now, with the stuff that I've personally hatched, it's night and day. It's clear that it's Mandarin. So my thing is like, I'm not saying that I'm not going to hatch out a poor quality Mandarin one day, but I am saying that if I do, you're not going to see it posted and bragged about anywhere.
Well, real Mandarins matter is what you're saying.
Mandarin lives matter.
What?
Dude.
I was like, wait, I think they said red lives matter. I was
No,
like, dude, that was
Mandarin life.
so
So
close. But anyways, yeah. So how about we look at some of your Mandarin stuff on your Instagram page? Are you
Sure.
cool with that?
absolutely.
Because you do have some production that you made last year on your page, or not yet?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And again, remind me, what year was it that you invested into Mandarin?
2020.
2020.
So there should be some right around there. Go down.
This is some right here, right up there. But this
That's
right here.
it's really hard. That's another thing too. Lighting is really
my
tough.
God, look at that shit.
So there's better pictures of those. So click out of
I
that.
love the dark stuff, bro. That's like dark OD, bro.
There's the one I'm holding in the middle. Oh, so that's
Oh my God, hold on, sorry.
ODYB
I'm
Enchi.
gonna take a piss. Control.
Yeah.
Go through some of your
All right.
Mandarin stuff right now. Just hit X and go through.
So that's ODYB Enchi on the right. That's a female. That's the clutch mate of the guy on the left. Same genetics, just with the Mandarin. To me, you know, like I said, these things are not the easiest to capture on film, but there's a clear difference there. I think right here was my stud from that one. So the pairing was a Huffman OD to that Mandarin OD YB Enchi. So this is what I was shooting for. This is what I think it is. I don't know. I'm going to keep him back and breed him to see, but I was hoping for Super OD Mandarin Yellow Belly Enchi, which I think I might have got with him. So super stoked about that. And it is a hard gene to capture. So, you know, I mean, some of the stuff I've seen is pretty bad, but I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and just assume it was the lighting, because it's not easy. So right now I got these going, and it's just that's the bottom one is the female. It's a Mandarin Enchi Firefly is what I was told it was. So hopefully we can get some supers out of that. But yeah, I just it's one of those projects that is so expensive that I feel like people need to do it justice and just advertise the good stuff. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. Sorry, hold on. It's bad TV. And yeah, so I'll let him fix that. But yeah, it's just one of the genes I'm super passionate about. And hopefully you're gonna. I don't know what I'm doing here. I need you.
What the fuck you do, dude?
I was talking, but then I fucked this up.
Are we good? Are we still live?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, so hold on. All right, so we were looking at your page, and what was the last thing you clicked on?
Above
is this
that.
a Mandarin clutch?
No, that's a sunset clutch.
Oh wow, sunset clutch. Okay, we'll talk about that right now, dude. Okay, real quick, we're talking about marketing. I like your bags. Like, regardless of what your logo looks like, even though your logo should at least look decent, the fact that you are doing this and not a basic bag does mean something. I don't know if you checked my most recent vlog that I did with Garrett Hartle, but I feel like the presentation should be you should put more thought into it. And just this extra spec, like a black bag, sick as fuck. You know, obviously more better for the snake because it's dark, less see-through, and the logo. I mean, that's a bag you don't want to throw away.
So it's gonna come to me, but I got these done. So a girl who bought a snake for me for my first clutch, and she does clutches, a clothing company. And so she offered to make these, and they're not cheap. However, big picture, bro. Like even if you have a fucking $200 snake you're sending that you produce, because I only send the ones I produced in those. If you have a $200 snake, the bags are $5 a pop. I'll just throw it out there right now. They're not cheap,
right? But
they're handmade, and there's no phrase. They're quality bags, and yeah, you're gonna use them once and they're done.
They're different. I'm just bottom line, they're different.
Yeah, and I think like even with what I looked into, like personal boxes. Holy shit! Have you seen how expensive those are? No, they're like $40 a box. So that's like what Will does up in Royal Canadian Reptiles.
And
dude, he must spend a fortune.
Garrett Hartle, bro. Like he didn't want to even tell me. I was like, "How much are these boxes?" He's like, "It doesn't matter." Okay,
so you should.
It's true because he's sending out an animal. Here's the thing with Garrett: he's so fucking advanced with his way of thinking because he literally has boxes stacked up to the ceiling with his logo that look like fucking a premium Nike shoebox that you just bought. It just looks like a box you don't want to throw away.
Yeah.
Hey, that's one thing right there. Also, shit does happen to people's life. Like things happen where like I think I have to get rid of some snakes. But at the end of the day, anyone who's really about this, no matter what happens to you, you're always going to keep one snake. You're always going to keep, if you really love these fucking things, God forbid, I know there's worse situations out there, but everyone's going to do what they can to sell everything but that one snake. And if it's that snake that you were on a waiting list for about 6 months, if it's a snake that came in a fucking black bag with the logo or in a decked out box, that's going to be the last snake you think about getting rid of or selling. I can tell you that right now. So it makes all the sense in the world, man.
Well, it just shows effort too, I think. It shows that you care.
Bro, if it's one thing that the reason why I jock fucking Will so much is because his presentation. It's like what he does for his Patreon members, what he does when he sells a snake to somebody. It makes you want to buy a snake from Will. The thing is, Will don't sell a lot of snakes.
No.
Like, meaning only because he doesn't want to. Like, he hold, Will's somebody who likes to hold this shit back. God, you son of bitches. Motherfuckers are coming in hot, bro.
Like,
pornos.
Dive bombing you.
Anyways, but back to what we were saying. Yeah, man. I mean, good call in the bag. I can tell you right now, it must have been a shot in the nads because this is your first year breeding. There's no guarantee of shit.
Yeah.
You probably still have stuff that you need to sell. At the end of the day, you invested in yourself by doing this, and I feel like, I think there's a time and place when you do this. I feel like you shouldn't do this before you have any clutches. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I agree. At least have something to put inside of them.
Okay, but Mandarin.
Man, yeah,
All right,
that's it. So that's what I'm hoping was a super OD.
Oh my god.
Version. So it's Mandarin OD YB that was paired to a Huffman OD. So I don't see Huffman.
OD and Mandarin in this.
So I'm hoping this is super OD Mandarin Yellow Belly Enchi.
So I don't want to see this right now because I want Mandarin on its own. People need to see what the fuck Mandarin is on
That's
its
insane,
own.
boy. There's the clutch mate. That's that's the replica of the dad that I bought.
But what is it?
It's a Mandarin OD YB Enchi.
So this has OD too?
Yeah.
God damn it. But this is still nice. God damn, look at that. This regular OD don't look like that.
And the lighting is not great, but you'll see when it turns, it kind of picks it up a little bit after the right there on the side. Never said I was a good film editor, but
yeah, for sure.
That one has like a gnarly ring on it in the middle.
Show me. Do you have any regular just fucking?
No.
You don't have any just regular.
I just bought that one male. I have a female that I'm pairing,
a
Mandarin female, but I just have one male and one female. So
but as far as what you produced last year, what did you produce last year with Mandarin in it?
The weakest thing was a Huffman Mandarin Yellow Belly.
Okay.
So that's the closest thing to just a Mandarin I have. And you could totally see, and I produced a Huffman Yellow Belly next to it too, also, so you can see the difference. But I don't have any just standard Mandarin stuff, and I spent all my money on that male and then a female, and that was my whole project. Kind of going back to what I was saying, I just want a little bit of everything and just hope it hits, and this one hit for sure.
So right now, the primarily focus with your Mandarin is going into DG, or I'm sorry, it's going into what, DG and what else?
Sunset, DG, and Puzzle. And then hypo in there also, but yeah.
Have you produced any sunset yet?
No.
Okay. This year, is it looking like it?
Yeah, especially with the boy I got from Miguel. So,
tell me more.
It's a leopard, spot nose, pastel, double head sunset clown, and he's breeding to my sunset female.
You have a visual sunset.
A nice female? One too. I got from Bad Boa. Like a legit. She's
what from Bad Boa?
Yeah, she's nice.
Dude, okay, hold on. Okay, you know what's making me thinker in my mind right now? How much money did you throw in when you first got into this?
The first year, yeah, 150. Yeah, dude,
150K,
bro. I didn't have savings. I wasn't taught to be good with money, but I had a 401k that I wasn't going to get penalized if I liquidated for COVID. So I was like, you know what, I'm setting myself up. Like I had this plan, I wanted to do it, and I'm like, I'm just going to take this money out and invest it all into the right shit. I think I got it right with about 80% of it, but so that first like spree was like 100K, and then it was like another 50 over the next year. Not that much, maybe 30.
Respect, bro. But honestly, it makes sense why you have the heavy hitting shit about to come out.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, like, I don't know, man. Like, how much time and effort did you really put in as far as? I mean, because let's be honest. What's the most expensive snake you bought?
5Gs.
5Gs, and that 5Gs, and by time you spent that 5Gs on that snake, how many snakes were you already at? Like,
so that Mandarin male, I'll say it was $5,000, and he produced 3 visuals for me. Plus, he's paired to other stuff. That I sold one, but $4,000 animal.
It was a male.
Yeah, it was.
You held back the females.
I didn't have any female
Oh,
males.
okay, just the one male.
Just 3 males.
3 males.
I held back initially that Super OD, what I think is Super OD one, and then that Huffman one. I decided to hold back because that's the gnarliest ringer, and I don't know if there was like a lost het somewhere in the project, not from Brittany's side, but from the mom. So I'm just gonna breed him to the pied and see if anything comes out. If not, I'm gonna sell him too. But he's sick as well.
I will say that there are certain genetics that throw ringers out there, and there will be some nasty little shady fags that. Damn, I haven't said that word in a long time. I apologize. There will be some Bob Smiths out there who will be trying to fucking say het pieds on things that are not het pieds. And I know that for a fact. I'm not going to name drop anybody because I learned that name dropping them only gives them more recognition. I don't want to give them any recognition, but be careful with those whole ringers because, you know, like for instance, a calico would throw that in there or something, you know, like sugar or whatever, you know, like you just got to be careful, you know?
No, I know. And that's why it was listed for sale, but I was like, I hit a couple people up and obviously you can't tell for sure, but I'm still on the fence if I want to keep that. Oh, Andrew's offended.
Who's
Chad's
offended?
another dude, Richie's recessive that I met that I've only met electronically, but cool motherfucker.
Let's do a super chat real quick. We have a super chat from the homie Brian Bode. I like that name, Bode. It's like I want to call you Bodie from is that what is
Point
it?
Break?
Point Break. Vaya can Dios.
Bodhisattvas.
Yeah. What is the snake you sold that you regretted selling after you sold it?
Oof.
Has that happened yet?
Nope.
Hasn't happened yet.
Well, one sort of, and I sold it to Will Moros. Is that one of those girls from that double het DG Pied clutch?
This is a huge introduction to explain my current situation on selling a snake that I regret selling that I eventually not have to sell. You want to hear this? You ready for this?
Oh shit, I do have one. Sorry, it was male sunset breeder.
Oh,
sorry.
Tell me more.
I fucked that up. That was the worst. That was it. Takes cake. I had a male sunset breeder, and I was going to do a breeder pairing with some posset sunsets. So I was like, you know what? Let me sell this breeder male, get a little extra cash, and buy a youngster hatchling with like a codom on top of it. And then by the time I do the breeder loan, I'll have a breeder size with some extra shit in it. So I decided, I looked around and I was like, well, the hatchings are going for $5K. Let me just see if it'll sell for $5,500. Bro, that thing sold in like 18 seconds. And then I was hit up like 5 minutes later from Brad Bowe, who's like, dude, you could have got like 10K for that thing. So I got one. And then on top of that, I couldn't get the male that I thought I was going to be able to get to replenish it. So one, I lost out on the animal, but two, I lost out on, half the money.
And you know what's crazy is like, Garrett Hartle had a good way of saying this. Eventually, a lot of this money that looks like money to the average person, like shit, somebody walks into my room, they ask me, how much is this snake? How much is that snake? How much is that snake? And, you tell them these figures that they probably don't believe. But you want to know what it is at the end of the day? It's fucking monopoly money. Because all you're doing is just taking this money that is only valuable in a certain world. Like you're taking this shit, but you know what that value is. So if you play your cards right, you could sell value and bring even more value. And that's
Absolutely
the whole point of even wanting to move anything.
Yeah.
And
dude,
understand, Andrew. Want to know the one snake like Lily? Fuck. Oh, I take that back. Okay, so when I first got into this, I remember I had 2 snakes before I met Lily, and then I had 4 snakes before I met Lily. They were just like pet snakes, right? I love them. And then I started putting thought into what breeding would be, and I started looking at a pied ball python. It was $400, and I was like, "That's fucking expensive." I was like, $400. I was buying $75 snakes, So I'm like, $400. I'm thinking this is the biggest move I'm ever gonna make in my life,
yeah.
Dude. Are you? I don't know. I'm not gonna tell you. I just for safety wise, I'm not even gonna tell you the figures I fuck around with nowadays. But it's all money that no matter what I do with it, it comes back. Like, either right now or at some point, it makes sense to move that money around. And it's crazy what this money is like once you come invested into this, like the shit you have now.
Yeah, and like in the meantime, you're stuck holding a product that you love to deal with, that you have a passion for. So it's like you're growing your wealth with something you enjoy. It's not numbers on a stock chart, or it's not some other bullshit job you hate going to. It's something you enjoy that you can, if you do it right, can make a business out of it, make a living off of it. And why the fuck not? Like, shouldn't that be everyone's goal? Why do you want to punch a clock for a job you fucking hate? I mean, a lot of us do it. I'm guilty of it too, but it's just you do what you got to do. But I think the goal should be more focused. Like,
And I think that's why I feel like the reason why this hobby is growing the way it is because people are coming into this with the heart of just loving animals, but seeing motherfuckers making a living out of this. And I don't know about you guys, but my life has become so much happier just working with animals. And it made me realize I could work with people. I couldn't work with people before animals. I was pretty bad. But I mean, sales wise, I could, but like just empathy wise and caring, I learned all that here in this hobby. And I want to continue to give more and all that. But I feel like this goes back to things landing in your lap. If you're meant to be in this game, things will land in your lap. And if you do right by those things, like your fucking lady that you're going to marry, you could have easily fucked that up. You could have been a piece of shit. You could have gone to Hong Kong with fucking Antoine. And I'm just kidding. That was good. But listen, no, real serious shit. You could have easily fucked it up and not made it with this girl. But stars aligned, you know what I mean? And look what she has to bring to the table. Probably more than you had to bring to the table based off the
100%.
Bro, she's
my resume is dog shit.
I mean,
on paper,
solid,
it's horrible.
Hers is like,
no, I know.
She's fucking good.
On it too, man.
But that's what my point. Things land in your lap. Things happen for a reason. You did good by it. You did good by keeping a solid relationship with Antoine, Jerome, myself. Like, you're a fucking good person, man. But at the end of the day, as much as people have things going for them, they could fuck it up so easily, you know, and it could just by being a piece of shit to the wrong person or being a piece of shit, period. All I know is that things catch up to you.
I agree with that 100%. I think everything happens for a reason. And you got to tell yourself, even during the shitty times, that, you know.
Oh my God, look who's throwing some money. Hey, listen, okay. Calvin Garcia, the youngest, most generous guy I have in the trap. And this is nothing against Aiden, wherever Aiden's at. You know Aiden. God damn. He's getting high off office dusters right now, like fucking blanket. He's nuts. I'm just kidding, Aiden. If you're listening, you're my boy. But Calvin Garcia, thank you so much for the US ARC donation. You are the homie, big time. But man, I mean, I without getting sentimental, I hope to God someday I could get somebody like Calvin Garcia down here to work for me. I mean, like, listen, you want to know, you know, Forrest Fanning, man. Forrest Fanning was somebody who was like so advanced. Like, I talked to him and I'm like, holy shit, man, you run a multi-million-dollar business. You know, you have the most rarest collection in the fucking world. Like, this guy's collection is so rare to this day because of him. But he had Stephen Cush. Stephen Cush was his right-hand man, his fucking wing. And honestly, when Forrest died, I mean, it was the position where if Forrest died and there was no Stephen Cush, Reptech and Cold-Blooded Cafe would have died with him. And the reason why Cold-Blooded Cafe and Reptech didn't die with Forrest Fanning was because of Stephen Cush. And I'm not trying to say that, like, you know, who knows what could happen to me, you know what I mean? But I have nothing but my wife right now, bro. Like, and, you know, I'm lucky to have her. Some people don't even have that. But I don't want to leave a burden like that on my wife's shoulder. I could barely do that for 5 days when I'm gone. And then, you know, like I said, she takes care of everything. But, you know, you have Calvin, who's a fucking mule and a sponge. And like, honestly, Calvin, I put that, you know, you see the abuse I put that guy through. Not like physical weird abuse. It's more like verbal abuse. I love him. And if it was physical, he'd fuck me up. He's a monster. Not really. I'll shank his ankles. But no, Calvin, just know that I am working to a point where I could offer you a contract deal. I'm talking about all you can drink chocolate milk, all you can eat sushi. I'll have your own fridge in your trailer filled with spicy mayo. If I could just get you to work for me, bring your new girlfriend down if you want, but you know, don't.
That's a perfect dude to hire too. Perfect dude.
It's gonna happen, Calvin. You're gonna be my Stephen Cush. Remember that. But let me ask you this, man. Do you ever feel like you're gonna want to take this to the point someday where you're gonna want to hire somebody?
Absolutely. I think if you're not looking at that, then I mean, well. Yeah, I mean, in order to grow, you're probably going to have to hire somebody, and it's just going to be nice to do half the work as far as like the cleaning and stuff. But if I'm in a position to hire somebody, that's what I'm.
And the thing is, like the hiring, like I don't know, like because I feel like at the end of the day, whoever is trying to do something for you, like take care of your animals, like the money better be the last thing on their mind. Because I mean, how much can you really pay somebody? Like, you can't put a value on here, take care of my animals, because I can't afford that. I can't afford to give you $100K. I feel like my animals are worth $100K salary if you want to look over my animals. And maybe Chase is making that at fucking, Canova. But goddamn, I can't do that. And I know that I goddamn could get a lot of chocolate milk for Calvin. So I'm good on that part. But at the end of the day, I do know if I offered a nice housing, if I offered a comfortable situation and a great learning situation for Calvin, he would take that and be like an intern on this.
Absolutely.
And then Calvin, I'm gonna take care of you. But I'm just saying, like, there's people out there willing to intern their way into this game. And you need to look out for that. If you're at a point where this shit's getting too much, because dude, here's the thing. I have people on the show who 100, 200 clutches and they have a 9 to 5 still. And I'm like, holy shit, like, how are you doing it? And they're like, I have too good of a 9 to 5. So at some point, so what? What are you going to do with all these clutches? You're going to hire somebody? You have to at some point to make it feasible. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you're going to kind of crash.
Well, otherwise, I mean, I'd love to say that I won't be, but I'm sure if I was doing it myself and I had 200 clutches and I was cleaning all those snake tubs and shit, I'd get tired of it. So I'm going to want some help at a certain point.
Lily, you're raising your hand. Are you telling me you're going to say, fuck the children you teach and you're going to quit teaching and you're going to become a trapper and work for me? And
She's probably get scissors thrown at her head here.
Lily is like, she's be like a sister to me because I could verbally abuse the shit out of Calvin, but I can never talk to my sisters like that just because my sisters will fuck me up. But I'm just saying, Lily, like, she's like my sister. Lily, if you ever want to come down and get a couple trap degrees under your belt, let me know. You will be heavily taken care of. Taking a lot of chocolates, a lot of coffee. You know what I'm saying? Lily's a trapper. Lily's
rad.
Lily's rad as fuck.
She's my handler in Pomona.
Dude, she's mother trapper, bro. Yeah. She helped out all the little lost trappers at the U.S. Ark auction. She brought them to the table and here, eat your chocolates, and everyone ate them, and they had a good time. It was awesome.
Me and Jerome were sitting there talking. We're like, "Oh, we need someone to look out for us," and she was our sidekick. So,
all right,
appreciate it, Lily.
This is going crazy 2 hours deep, and it's fine. I'm having a great time. So I'm going to ask you on this wrap-up question before we get to the hot seat questions. What is your feeling? What is your true insight you feel like right now, Andrew, with the new wave of breeders coming into this game currently? So imagine yourself 2 years ago. If you were to come into this now, how would you feel about it?
I feel like people are more people than are looking to the bigger breeders, to the people that are doing it right, and they're following in their footsteps. I think enough people have spoken out about it, myself included, about a pet peeve is when somebody knows what they're doing and you don't take their advice. You just think you know better just because. But I think that sharing and that positivity is infectious, and it's infecting a lot of the new people, and it's also bringing new people in. So I think it's going to continue to just multiply, and I think it's great.
I think it's great that let's see how many people. 76. How many likes? 74. 75. Damn. Oh my God. 100% like to view ratio. Andrew fucking Lyons. But listen, to capitalize on what you just said, just because somebody's only been in this for like a handful of years doesn't mean that can't be someone who can mentor you. What I mean by that, Andrew has somebody you got to understand, as humble as he is, because who are the people that we could think of that came into this game with a lot of money? Are people that are just blatantly just, hey, vlog, putting myself out there. Andrew has put in a lot of money into this and is just sitting back and just growing his shit. So what I'm saying is you never know who the fuck's in this game doing what. Okay, just because they're not investing $100K into their YouTube game, which we haven't even really talked about YouTube, but you do have YouTube that you're trying to get going, right? Is that?
Yeah, I'm trying to defeat the laziness. But it's gonna roll on. It's just
and we could be real about it. We talked about this earlier. Like it's like I told you, either do YouTube consistently or don't do it at all. Because you're not doing yourself any good. And what's the hardest thing to do is be consistent on YouTube, bro. It's not easy. Like it sucks. It does. It's fun to put stuff out there, but it's a pain in the ass getting it all done, especially by yourself. You're setting up shots, but I don't like excuses. So I just gotta kick it in gear, and that's it. Because I mean, like, here's the thing. Like, we were talking about people. Like, we were talking about, like, yeah, we would like to be more in shape, but like, I wouldn't want to be someone so fucking ripped and like swole. Because it's like, okay, clearly you put so many hours into the gym, and it should be so many hours into the snake. So what I'm saying is, yeah, I could be a little bit more toned, but listen, my game, my knowledge, my love is into this shit right here. You're looking at it. If my reptile resume and podcast game was fucking body, Arnold motherfucking Schwarzenegger. You feel me? It'd be motherfucking, like
Predator 2?
it's not a tumor.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, Andrew. I'm so happy we did this podcast. Thank you so much for tapping in. Listen, hot seat questions. It's not over because you got to get hit with these hot seat questions. Everyone gets the hot seat questions. My thing is, are you gonna fucking drag on these hot seat questions like a JP and keep us from eating some real deal Mexican food that we could get, or are you gonna pump out these hot seat questions like a savage right now?
Record speak.
Okay, record speak. All right, here we go. Hot seat questions coming in hot for Redwood Reptiles. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Frozen Daughter live. Mandarin or OD?
Mandarin.
Ooh, goddamn. A cutter or no cutter?
Cut.
Red Condor or yellow Condor?
Red.
Shit.
Oh boy.
Hold on. Oh, Ultra Mill or Monarch?
Monarch.
Okay. Oh, wow. You said that quick.
Quick.
Jesus Christ. Okay, this guy's on it. All right. Pre-first shed meal or post-first shed meal?
Post.
Yay imports, boo imports.
Boo.
To spray your snake or to not spray a snake?
Spray it.
Sports or no sports?
Sports.
Favorite sport?
Football.
Favorite football player?
John Lynch.
Favorite Super Bowl?
2002 Tampa Bay versus the Raiders.
Why?
Because I hate the Raiders and I'm
You
a Tampa Bay
son
fan.
of a bitch! That made me sick. You know why? Because John Gruden fucking
here we
leaked
go.
everything. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking. You're a real Raider hater for that. Do you have a Tom Brady jersey?
I hate the Raiders. No.
Okay. You don't hate me though, right?
No.
Okay. Phew, let's get sweat there.
So,
Okay, listen. Steak or fish?
steak.
Favorite cut of steak?
Oh, filet.
Favorite side with steak?
Lobster mash.
Ooh, my God! I know where you eat, Mastro's. Okay, big flexor, no flexor?
No.
No?
No flex.
Oh my God, you're right. 150K didn't tell nobody. That's crazy. Van Halen or Sammy Hagar?
Van Halen.
Nirvana or Green Day?
Nirvana.
Damn, respect. The Doors are Sublime.
Sublime.
Oh wow, dude, that would
That's
be
a very
hard one.
tough one, though.
That-
That's
but
two
you said that
totally different
quick.
genres.
But still, if I mean that.
Sublime's my childhood, so
Man, that hurt. But it makes sense too. West Coast rap or East Coast rap?
West Coast.
Favorite West Coast rapper?
DJ Quick.
Damn, dude, what the fuck? DJ Quick.
Yeah.
Finally, someone said something ill. You must love Sugar Free then.
Yeah.
Oh my God, respect.
Pomona's finest.
Pomona's finest, baby. Oh, this is sick. Okay, little word association. First thing to come to mind: milk.
Cereal.
Substrate.
Cocoa.
Egg box.
Wet.
Stuck shed.
Shitty.
ICAP.
Yuck.
Mites.
The worst.
Day 60.
Crawl out already.
Instagram trolls.
Love them.
All right, if you have to get rid of one platform forever, and I mean forever. Oh wait, hold on. I take this back. If you had to get rid of one brand forever, and I mean forever, is it Always Evolving Pythons, or is it
I already know what you're gonna say.
or is it Always Evolving Pythons Canada?
Always Evolving Pythons Canada.
Oh, sorry, JP.
Sorry.
Get that weak shit out of here. This is AEP, Southern California, motherfucker. I'm just kidding. I love you, JP. You're my boy. Dude, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, listen, 80 motherfuckers in the building. 81 now. Wow, what do you know? You guys are tapping in 2 hours deep on a Monday. What do you have to say to all your supporters out there, man? Everyone who fucks with you, everyone who's on your side. What you got to say to everyone, man?
I appreciate everyone. I just appreciate the way you guys welcome me into the community. And the friends that I've made, everyone I hang out with and talk to on a regular basis. Appreciate your friendship more than anything. But I'm just excited to share this journey with you guys. And if you're here, that means you probably got a good head on your shoulders. So if I haven't met you, I look forward to meeting you. And thanks again for everything. Appreciate the support.
Now, what about anybody who's not from California? Is there any chance of them catching you at an ARBC show, or do you have any plans or ambitions of going to a show outside of California? If you
Absolutely. So I'll go back to Texas, then I'm gonna go to Tinley. I've never been to Tinley, and wherever. I want to see what the herp shows are like. I have family in Louisiana, so maybe I'll do that. I'll go wherever.
All right. Well, shit, there you have it. Guys, listen, thanks for tapping in on this New Breeder on the Block series. Well, my man Andrew Lyons, a force to be reckoned with, especially with that Mandarin game. God damn, I'm looking forward to your season this year, bro.
Thank you.
I really am. So go give my boy a follow on Instagram. And then, guys, make sure if you just now tapped in, make sure you smash that like button before you dipped out. And make sure you guys are ready for this Thursday night, because this Thursday night, we've been talking about the emeralds, and we got somebody who's breeding these emeralds like a motherfucking gangster. And this boy is named Christopher. I don't mean to call you a boy, my bad. But this man is named Christopher Rice. Very respected, heavily respected on Facebook. He's also breeding some high-end chondros. And yeah, man, just be ready for that. I know a lot of you ball python fucking newbies and oldies and all that shit are into the arboreals now. Because my DM says it all. You guys all have questions. You guys all want to know who's who. Where can I get what? Well, this motherfucker is a savage in this. He's breeding emeralds and he's breeding green tree pythons. So make sure you tap in, man. Click on that link. And then, like I said, if you want to be a fucking somebody I really like, then join my Patreon page. I'm just kidding. Oh my God, I'm just kidding. You don't have to join that. But guys, just hit the like button for my man Andrew. Like I said, drop a comment. I will see you guys this week, this Thursday night. I'll see you Thursday night. But thank you. You ready?
I'm ready. Don't I look it? Let's go.
All right, guys, we're out. Please have a good night. Be safe. And we'll